What's up, guys? Going live tonight, late night. I gotta make some baits today, so I figured I'd pop in, try to get some watch hours. I know King's live tonight, but he's been going since like 7 o'clock or something like that, so I figured it was no big deal for me to go live. I'm sure I won't be stealing anybody off of them. So I'm just hanging out, doing this tonight for a little bit, and I'm actually making baits for gripping and ripping fishing. So I'm making these for Trey for his trip. So I'll make sure I give him some good baits there. What's up, man? Deer Slayer, what's going on? A and B, hey Amanda, how are you? Sunfish Assassin, thanks for coming in. I know King's doing a live tonight too, but he's been going since like 6 or 7. So I figured it was no big deal to go and get try to get some watch hours, doing it late. I gotta make some baits for Trey from Gripping and Ripping Fish, and he's going on a trip, so I told him I would make some baits for him tonight, or this week. I gotta send him out to him, and I may have to overnight them to get them to him. I think his trip's next week, so I just wanted to get on these baits so I could get a little bit ahead. I already made him some of these, the green watermelon with the red and blue flake. Chilling, Indiana, what's up, man? Thanks for coming in tonight. Like I said, I'm just making baits for Trey from Gripping and Ripping Fishing. I wanted to make sure he had his baits for his trip, so I decided to go late tonight. Plus, I need some hours for my channel and stuff like that. I know Sunfish King's going, but he's been going all day basically, so I didn't think he would mind me going at 12:30 at night. It's basically the only time I can go. I really don't go too much during the week unless it's before work. Hey, Summer man. All right, thanks, Richard. Thanks for coming in, bud. I'm just making baits for Gripping and Ripping Fishing. I got to get baits out to him, so promised him I'd have them, and that is orange, and I don't want to give him orange, so we don't want orange in there. We do want red. There it is. That's red. So, yeah, I'm just making baits. Like I said, Sunfish King is live right now, I think, but I don't think he'll mind me going this late. Like I said, he's been going all day, so I just wanted to do this tonight, try to get some watch hours. But thank you guys for coming in tonight. I'm making some black with red flake. I'm going to do some trailers, some burrow bugs, some grass donkeys, and then I'm going to make some other stuff up too. And I have to make a bait mystery bait box for Parabellum. Joe from Parabellum Fishing. He actually won my Instagram. Giveaway. So I got to make those baits for him too. So I got that box about halfway made. But I wanted to get Amanda from A&B Outback Adventures. I wanted to get her done. She actually paid for her baits, and then she sent a nice donation in. So I wanted to make sure I got her baits out first. And I appreciate that, Amanda. If you're in here, thank you. And like I said, JV wants some baits, so I'm going to give him a hard time about the baits. But I appreciate you coming in. Fish Slayer Freshwater, thanks for coming in, bud. I appreciate it. So just making some baits for some people for Trey from Gripping and Ripping. I want to get him his baits out and ready to go. He's going on a trip with his buddies, and he wanted some baits, so I told him I'd get him one, but he's going in like a week, so I got to make these baits and get them out to him. So we're going to make some baits. And I'm making black and red flake right now, guys. You see my Do It Mold hat on. I'm representing the Do It Mold company. I actually got another mold coming in, hopefully this week. It's called an Ecto Crawl, and it's from AI Molds. Really expensive mold. It's like $200 for that mold, but it's a crawfish It's 3 3/4 inches. And that's a perfect size for bass fishing and if you want to use it for a trailer. So I figured that was a good mold to get. And my buddy Ranger Pete emailed me. Can you make some like wave worm, sweet potato pie, orange, yellow, black swirl? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I got orange, yellow, black, and I can do them in these 5-inch worms, Sunfish Assassin. And then I have a dual injector. It'll mix the colors together, so there's no set style. You'll get a couple different worms that look a little different, but they'll be swirled. But yeah, definitely I can do that. I'll show you these baits in a second once they chew up, but I got the black with the red flake, and I know Trey likes that color, so I'm going to make him some of these baits. Hopefully send him out a couple packs for him to use up. And I'm not going to put salt in these baits. I'm just going to put no salt. I'm not even setting them. I'm just going to give him to him plain because he's going to use weights on the grass donkeys and burrow bugs. He'll probably put a weight on. And then the off-the-hook grub, he's going to use as a trailer. But yeah, Sunfish Assassin, I can do that. Here, I'll share my email, Sunfish Assassin, so you can here's my email. I'm doing everything myself because I don't have any moderators in here. So there is my email. If you want to email me, we could talk about it. 5-inch tiki sticks. The company went out of business a few years ago. I'll buy some. Okay, Sunfish, just email me and we can talk about it. Definitely. John R., thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. I said, I'm just trying to get someone. I'm about 1,300 hours away from my 4,000. I never really did live streams till not too long ago, but I started doing them, and I started doing these bait lives because I didn't see anybody doing them. Living for Jesus. How are you? You weren't able to go to sleep, but thank you for stopping in. I'm gonna watch your video when I'm done here, Deer Slayer. You can be a mod, bud. I don't know how to make you a mod right here. Let's see. Yeah, I have to go back in, Deer Slayer, and make you a mod after this because this is StreamYard, so I can't really make it. So if you want to email me to remind me to make you a mod, that'd be great. But Living for Jesus wants some baits, and she said she wasn't going to come in. She'd probably be sleeping. Yeah, you can all sleep when you're dead. That's exactly right. But yeah, I just got off work at 11:30, and I ran home, and I needed to get these baits out to Trey because I promised him I'd get him baits out before he goes on his and I got the package of 5-inch purple with black little worms. They look good. Can't wait to give them a try. Cool. And like I said, I am on Facebook, Sunfish Assassin. Instagram, that's fine. Yeah, you can DM me on Instagram. It's offthehook.outdoors on Instagram, or you could like my Off the Hook Outdoors page on Facebook. Also, Ted Polanowski Jr. is my personal account. Anglerholics, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Didn't upload the vid yet from your giveaway, hopefully soon. Yeah, no problem. I'll wait for the announcement and I will check it out. But I appreciate that. So let's see if this works. So this is the black and red grass donkey. So there's the black and red. That's the black and red grass donkey. That's the beaver bait. So that is the grass donkey. So I'm going to make him some of these and ship these out to him with some probably the watermelon red. And what else? Watermelon red, burrow bugs, grass donkeys, off the hook grubs. They're fire. Yeah, they're nice color. What are you doing? I'm making baits, Modog, for gripping and ripping. He's going on a trip, and I told him I'd get him his baits out, and I think he's going next week. So I worked till 11:30 and I hurried up and came home. And I figured I would get a few hours in because I'm about 1,300 hours away from 4,000. So I figured anytime. I mean, Sunfish King is live too, probably still, but I figured he's been going all day, so he probably wouldn't mind if I did it at 12:30 tonight because he's he's going. He went yesterday. Went today. He's going Thursday. So I mean, there's just going to be a time when I got to go live too. I mean, he said he don't need the hours, so I'm sure he don't mind me going live while he's going live. So, but he was on all day. I'm 5 million away. You'll get there, Modog. I promise. But yeah, I'm doing the black and red for Trey. And here is the off the hook grub. This is what this is the burrow bug. So this is the burrow bug. This is a little different than my grass donkey, but that's the burrow bug right there. You see the red and black? That's the burrow bug. That's a good flipping bait there. So I'm going to give him some of each of these. So he'll have a couple different assortments here. You know what I mean? But these ones are definitely slower because they're all one-shot baits. But I am getting an ecto craw, a crawfish. It's like almost 4-inch crawfish from AI Molds. It was like a $200 mold. I should be getting it in either this week or early next week. That I'll have a crawfish mold. And the reason why I chose that mold, it's not the super big one, like the 5-inch or the 4.5, but it's almost a 4-inch. And it is perfect for flipping, for trailers if you want to cut a little piece off. And it's perfect for that. So this is the off the hook grub. This is one of my favorites. But this is awesome on the chatterbait lure. See the tail, the split tail. And that is a great trailer bait, or you can punch grass with this. So that's what I'm going to send him some of these because I know he uses these a lot. So that's what we're doing with that. Now let's get this back in there, get it under here, get it going. 35 seconds. So, yeah, just rushing around, trying to get baits. When you're a small bait company, when you get your orders, you got to try to get them out quick. So I don't sleep too much, especially now. I want to make my own baits too for this season, and we'll see when I can do that. Chillin', Indiana. They're in here. We got 8 people in here. Thank you guys for coming in so late tonight. Like I said, I don't have time to go lives. I'm going to try to go live during the day a little bit too. So if any of you guys are not busy during the day, during the week, I know there's a lot of the younger guys are in school and stuff like that. But it's more of a, I don't want to say more serious talk, but it's just I try to topic base that as like something we can talk about, lures, rods, or anything like that. I got a bag. It's a Cliff Rusher bag. I know, man. It's the middle of the day for you. Yeah, I went to work, and tomorrow I got to go pick up furniture because I have a rental property, and we're furnishing it. So I got to go out tomorrow at 10 o'clock, get this furniture, and then take it over to the house, throw out a few things at the house over there, then come back. Then I got to go to work tomorrow at 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. So I'll be running around again tomorrow. And then probably coming back and doing another late. I don't think I'm going to go live, though. But if I can get a live in before work, like around 11:30 is when I'd like to start it and go to about 1:30. That's what I'd like to do. Modog says, I know you. What is that, Modog? I know he don't have videos, but go hook this guy. I just found out he is playing all of my videos. And who is this? Chillin', Indiana. Oh yeah, Chillin is he's a good supporter of the channels, Modog. Definitely. Yeah, he's been a supporter of my channel for a while, bud. So he's a good one to have, definitely. Yeah, he's definitely a good supporter. Thanks, Chillin. I appreciate that, bud. Chillin, I liked your video. I know you have if you have any decals that you want to send me, I think I messaged you and gave you my email. But that's a good idea with that bag. I like that idea. So if you want to send it my way or whoever's sending that bag, and then we could add some stuff to it also. So, but yeah, I appreciate you all helping me out. Scorpio's in here. What's up, Scorpio? Thank you for coming in. We're just making some baits for gripping and ripping fishing tonight. Trying to get a little bit ahead, but I'll never be ahead. But I love doing it, so it doesn't matter to me. Just the sleep thing's a pain in the butt. But I got my new Do It Mold hat on. It's a little rough, I think, around the edges, but it's brand new. But it's my Do It Mold hat, representing Do It Molds. I'm really excited about my AI mold coming in. Like I said, it's like a $200 mold. Ryan Smith Fishing, what's up? Thank you for coming in today. I'm just shooting some baits. If anybody would like to make a donation to my channel, I have PayPal and Venmo. Amanda was so nice to donate some money to my channel from yesterday. I really appreciate that, Amanda. That helps out a lot. It helps go back into getting the materials for the baits and things like that. So I can do giveaways and do more giveaways to you guys. So I really appreciate that. It helps out a lot. So, but yeah, if anybody wants any baits, you can email me and we can talk about it. Sunfish Assassin, I think he wants some baits. He wants 5-inch stick baits. I'm going to probably get an order from him soon and start his baits. I got to make Fishing Musician, Susquehanna. You make any catfish? I don't make any catfish lures, Susquehanna. I make mainly bass lures. I do these. I guess you might be able to use these for catfish, but it depends what kind of catfish, I guess. But there's some trailers. That's an off the hook grub. I make the grass donkeys. These are a flipping bait, like a beaver style bait, right there. That's 4.5 inch. That's a bigger one. And Ryan Smith, this is the burrow bug. That's a flipping bait. That's almost like a rage bug, like a knockoff. The off the hook grub. And then I make some pig sticks, some stick baits. This is the red with the black. I make some of those. I make swim baits, little paddle tails. I make some, like these are the stick baits. And then I have swim bait mold right here. That's the paddle tails, the 4-inch paddle tails, or what are these? 3.5-inch paddle tails. I'm in the verge of making more, getting more of those. Stick baits, yeah. That's what I make right now. And I'm getting a crawfish mold this week. And that is like I think a six cavity mold. So I may have to get another injector that holds more plastic to shoot them. I don't make crappie baits yet, Ryan, but that's on my list. I got a lot of requests for crappie jigs and stuff, like baits for that. So I'm going to look for that because the crappie baits, I think you can use for ice fishing also. So there's some ice fishing molds out there also. So crappie and ice fishing will be my next thing here. But yeah, mostly I want to get some jerk bait molds, like some fluke baits. I want to get a ribbon tail worm mold. So I have the crawfish mold now coming, so that's a good thing. I'll probably do way more molds here, but the molds are expensive. Do It molds make it a little affordable. They're like $35 to $55. It depends what kind of mold you get. The more cavities, the more expensive because they do the more routing out of them and things like that, or what they call it, CNC machine. But the mold that I'm getting in was $200. So that's my limit for now. But I'll be doing it throughout the year. Can you make rainbow trout colored swim baits? I could mix some stuff, but usually when you're doing the rainbow colored trout swim baits and that, they're usually like a hand pour, or they have an AI mold that you can inject. But the ones that I have here aren't really for that. It's usually a single. Now I could do different tails. Like I could do like a green body with black into like a pink tail, but I can't really mix, like have a bottom and a top with this style bait or this style mold. So I can't make that. Like, I know what you're talking about with like the green back, pearl bottom, pink in the middle. I can't do those with these molds yet until I get more molds and different kinds of molds to do that. Because a lot of people hand pour those kind of molds. Like if you go to World's Worst Fishing, they he does that. He's really good at it too. But his bait, they're really expensive because they take time to do. And I don't want to try to charge an arm and a leg for my baits either. I want to be affordable, and I don't want to get too caught up in all the crazy, artist style baits. Maybe hydro dip some. Yeah, you can hydro dip them also. Make any bass tube baits. Not yet. Not yet. No tube baits. But I'm gonna be doing a stream where I'm gonna have a couple different bait makers on here, and we're gonna do like somebody's gonna be tying jigs. I'll be making the baits. Somebody's gonna be doing spray painting of the lures, stuff like that. So that'll be coming up. But yeah, these are the style that I make right now, or like the bass, the beaver baits, and things like that. For now, I'm relatively new to this, but I do a lot of molding, so I got pretty decent at it in a short period of time because I made a ton of baits already. But yeah, I'm gonna be getting definitely more molds, because I'm doing like single molds, single pours, and things like this. Like these 3 molds that I got right now, I actually have. They're making one bait at a time, and that takes time. So I need to get into the bait molds that have multiple cavities. You know what I mean? I can make any color. If you look on here, I'll show you guys real quick. That's all my colorants. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19, 20 colors. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 glitters. And then these are all my pearl powders right here. So I can make a lot of different colors. And if I don't know the color, I'll definitely get it, or I can make it for you. So that's I can definitely customize colors. And I told people last night in my live, when I customize colors, if somebody, what's up, Orange 22? Thanks for coming in, buddy. I appreciate that. I can make custom colors, and if you don't want me to share your color out with the public, I won't do that. I'll keep it, behind closed doors with your custom color. So if you don't want me to share the color out to people, because some people are like that, they ask me not to put them on, baits or anything. But I always tell them I'm not going to lie to them. I may make a few baits that color, and I might try them out myself. So I guess that's the perks of being a bait maker. If somebody gives you a secret or their secret color, you get to try it out. The baits, it depends on what you're going to get. A regular pack of baits are these baits that I just showed you today. They're like $8 per pack, and that includes shipping. Now, when you go into like laminates, when you go into scents, if you go to added salt, they're like $1 more a pack, $1.50 more a pack. Laminates are a little bit more money. They're like $10 a pack because it takes so much time to make them. And that all of it includes shipping. But you can check my Off the Hook Facebook page, my Off the Hook Outdoors Facebook page, and that has all the baits on it right now. I got to update that though, because my laminate pricings and like pictures and things on it, they were like, when I first posted, that's when I made that, like, when I first started out. But since I've been making baits and I grew a little bit and I got some more molds, I got to add some baits on there and redo the pricing and everything. But you can always Hey, Clayton, Sunfish King raid. That's cool. Thanks. Thanks, King. I appreciate that. But you can go to my off-took page, check out the baits, or you can email me and we can talk if you have any questions or anything like that. So, and I usually get back to you pretty quick. Okay, I have a secret color for you to make. Cool. Yeah, email me, Ryan Smith. Hey, Modog, I don't know if you can do this or not for me. Thanks, Orange22. I appreciate that. Yeah, I try to keep. It's hard as a bait maker, like a small bait maker for like myself. Like any baits that I send out, like it's like $3 or $4. Like when I do these giveaways, all these giveaways. That's why I was never asking for donations before. But when I started doing all these giveaways, I just asked for donations to my channel so I could buy more materials to do more giveaways. Hey, Sean from Angling Spiders. But it costs like $3 or $4 to mail a pack of baits out. You know what I mean? So I add that into the price. So it's like shipping's included with the baits, but the time that I put into the baits, I'm not really making money off of the baits. I'm just making my money back to buy more material. So I'm not making like money and I'm going out and buying stuff with it. But it just keeps me going. You know what I mean? So that's all that I want to do right now. I don't have a website. I just have my Off the Hook Outdoors page, Ryan Smith. So. But yeah, I'm making these baits right here for gripping and ripping fishing. He's going on a trip. I don't even know. Orange22 would probably know better than me. When is he leaving for his trip, Dave? Trey, when's he leaving? Modog, can you share my email address, please, if you have it? I could probably put it back in here. I can do a Modog if you don't want to mess with it. Let's see. And there's my email address there, guys, if anybody wants to email me. He's going early April. Yeah, so I got to get these out like this week. That's why I'm doing them now for him. So I could try to get them out here like by, hopefully finish up the baits by tomorrow. And then maybe I'll just like 2-day them or something to him. So. Yeah, I'm making him. These are the trailers to go on the back of chatterbaits, Dave. He likes the black and red, so I'm going to send them these. And then while I'm doing that, I made some beaver baits. These are my burrow bugs. They're the beaver baits there. And then I made him some grass donkeys. And then I got him some green watermelon with red and blue flake. So I'm going to make him a couple different colors. I'm also going to make him white. So, and then Dave, if you're interested in any of these, I can always get your address if you want to email me, and I can get you some baits out there too. I'd like for you to catch some snakeheads on my baits. That'd be awesome. 9 people in here. That's cool. Like I said, I'm just going late tonight just to get some stuff done and try to get some watch hours. That's all. I love this. Trey loves his plastics. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, shoot me an email soon, Dave. We can talk about what colors or whatever you want to do. And I'll get you some out there so you can catch some snakeheads, because I'm really interested in that snakehead fishing myself. And like I said, if it's anything like the bass fishing, I love bass fishing. But when I go down Delaware every year, so I'm definitely going to meet up with you guys hopefully this year. Trey was saying something about maybe getting an extra kayak for me down there or something, because I don't have a kayak here. I have them all up I have like 4 kayaks up at my lake house. And the kids are always on them, or guests are always using them, so I can't really bring them down, nor do I have room to bring them down. So he said something about coming up with that. I can't wait to see them use the pink ones. Yeah, the pink ones, Amanda, I put them in. I made you these ones are the pink ones that you got. These trailer, like the off the hook, so you can punch grass with them, or you can put them on the back of baits and things like that. So hopefully you like them. Angling Spiders is in here, and Angling Spiders, I need to talk to you because I have a few baits in my boat that are specifically for pike. I don't know if you ever saw them. They're called the shutter bait. They are way big, not way bigger. They just make more rut kiss than a chatterbait. They're called a shutter bait, and Terminator makes them. And Dave LeFaber, one of the bass professionals, he fishes the lake that I have my place on. And he told me to get these Terminator lures, these shutters for up at Lake Erie in the bays for these pike. And I think you would have a field day with these things. So I got to get you them. I got to go through my boat and find them. I think I have two different colors. I think I have a black one, and I think I have a green pumpkin one. But if you would like them, let me know. Where's my glove? And I can. I think I'd like to get them. I'd like to get them to you. But yeah, I will. I'll look for them. I'm getting my boat ready like soon, like really soon. I'll be going out there and doing my bait. I got to put my decals on my boat this year. I got my off the hook decals. I'm waiting for my carpet decals to come in. I got to clean the rugs and de-winterize it basically and get it running. I started here at home. I just put cups on my boat motor and I use them. I don't take it out and try to, start it at the lake. I actually start everything here. I just don't give it gas here because I don't want to mess with the lower end. But I'll be getting the boat ready and I go through everything and make sure I have everything. And then I see what baits I got to make for myself. So that's all what I'll be doing soon. But like I said, I have so much stuff to do right now. It's unreal. And sleep. You got to sleep every once in a while, too. Thanks, Modog, for sharing links, buddy. I appreciate that. That would be fantastic. I will get you one of our custom Spurgeon Thompson. Yeah, and I would use that for pike out in the bay at Erie when I go up in Erie. I may make a trip in May up to Erie. For me, it's only a half hour away. So Misery Bay and things like that, you could throw anything out there and catch a bass on it. I mean, the beds over there are crazy. It does get a lot of pressure. And later on in the season, I move back into the pads and the thick stuff in the swampy areas where nobody goes. I mean, people go there, but not a lot. And I will start fishing for largemouth. Predominantly, everybody fishes up there for smallmouth. So when I go up there, I usually fish at that time of the year after the May rush. If you hit it right, you get on some big smallies. But the weather has to be right to be out on the main lake. So if I go out on the main lake, it has to be pretty 2 to 3 foot waves, and that's maximum for me. Anything over that's not worth it going out there. So I'll stay in the bay. But usually people are up there catching smallmouth, and I'm in the back channels and stuff catching largemouth. So thanks for the hook setting the host. Yeah. Yeah, thanks for hook setting people in here too. That's great, people. Hey, Pontoon Jody, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate that. I'm just making some baits for a buddy of mine before his trip. He's going to South Carolina. So I'm just making black and red flake. Polar bear. Erie can be brutal. I don't know. Oh, yeah, polar bear. Erie can be brutal. I remember doing a tournament there. I was saying this in my other live, and I was driving out on the main lake, and I was flying. I was going 62. J Fox Hunter, how are you? Thank you for coming in. And I'm flying, and I'm maxed out, and I'm hitting one wave, and I'm going up over the next, and I'm coming down on the other one. So I had everything timed. Well, this boat come up and had like 250, 300 horsepower. He blew by me like I was standing still, and he messed up the wave action. And I hit a wave, and I come down and dead smack into another wave, and I broke the battery terminals on my boat, on my starter battery. So I had to duct tape the terminals together with the wires on it just to start my motor to get back. And then I got back in. I didn't stop fishing though. I went into the back bays and used my trolling motor, and I ended up finishing like 12th out of 30. So these bait molds right here, Sean, these stick molds here, they're around 35, 40 bucks from Do It Molds. That's who usually I use, Do It Molds. But I do got an AI mold coming in. It's an ecto crawl. It's a really nice crawfish mold. It's a 3 3/4 inch crawfish mold. That was 200 bucks. I have that coming either this week or early next week. And then this is like another $40 mold here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those molds. I got the stick baits, and then I got the beaver baits. I got 2 stick bait molds because that's what I like to use a lot. But yeah, anywhere from 40 bucks and on. You could spend up to $300, $200, $300, $400 on molds. But I was fortunate to find a $200 mold for a better price, and I got that. So once that crawfish mold comes in, I'll have that. And that's basically what I fish, like crawfish, these beaver baits, the stick baits for my soft plastics. You can use the crawfish because that's a perfect size to use just the crawfish, or you can nick the body off it like halfway and use it as a trailer also. And it has the big claws and everything. But if you look up AI Ecto Crawl, that's the crawl that I'm getting. And I think that it's like $210 or something for the mold. So I can't wait till that comes in and I can offer that on my bait line. And then I want to get, like the fluke molds. I'd like to get a ribbon tail worm mold. And then I'm going to start getting into like the crappie lures, the ice fishing baits, the smaller stuff for like next season. Not this season because it's almost over. Yeah, something in a nice shiner swim bait mold. Yeah. And this swim bait mold here that I have, Sean, is I call it the Bang Bang Shad. This is a 3.5 inch mold. And I can make firetail, like I can make chartreuse tails with black ball. I can do tails and bodies on this. But I can't do like the bottom, like some people, they hand pour molds. And you can do like a pearl bottom with a green top. I can't do it with this kind of mold. I have to have a pour mold. But I do have all kinds of injectors. I got 3 injectors here. I may have to go with a bigger injector because this holds like 9 ounces of plastic. And if that Ecto Crawl has more, it depends on how many cavities in your mold, because you can't shoot like a half a mold. You just won't go right. Your baits will be all screwed up. So you got to have enough in your injector to fill your molds. And if you don't, then your bait, you can't use that mold until you get a better injector. So I'm going to probably get a bigger one and a better one. I got these on Amazon. And they're in my, I think they're in my affiliate links, the molds and stuff like that. On some of my lives, I have them in there too. But I got the Do It molds, the bait plastic. They're all in my description of companies to go check out if anybody was interested in doing their own thing. So. But the single style baits like these, they take a while to make because you're shooting one bait at a time, and that's a beaver bait there. That's a big boy there. That's a nice flipping bait. I've caught some nice bass on this lure. That's why I bought them, so I could make my own. And then I have that mold. Let me give it a little juice here. I like to put worm oil inside of the. I like to brush worm oil in them. It keeps them from sticking. Makes it easier to work with. That's all. Getting them out of the molds and things like that. But it keeps me busy. Keeps me out of trouble. And what's nice about them, if I break my baits on the water, I save the baits and I bring them back and I reuse them. So, and then this mold here, these are single. This is a stone mold, believe it or not. It's made of stone, and they're single style molds too. And that's it right there. And you only can make one at a time with these molds. And that is the burrow bug. You catch a lot of bass on these things. And you can use these as trailers also. You can use it like that on the back of it, or you can cut them down in half. But those arms on the back of them, they're actually stuck together. You got to pull them off to get them. Some people don't pull them off, but I don't know why they wouldn't. Modog and I were talking about that last live about the appendages and stuff. You can see the appendages on here. They're separated, and then they have like the tails that have the little ends on them that make them flap. So that's pretty nice. And then I have another stone mold, and this is the off the hook grub. This is one of my most versatile baits that you can use for just itself, for flipping and stuff and punching grass. You can put a jig head on it and swim it like a swim bait, or you can put it on the back of chatterbaits, bigger spinner baits and things like that. But yeah, that's what I do. Thanks, Modog. I appreciate that, buddy. Yeah, there's 12 people in here right now. Thank you for doing that for me, Modog. If you want to come up, buddy, you can come up. If anybody wants to come up on stage and hang out, they can do that. If anybody would like to come up, what I'll do is I'll share the link in the chat here, and let me just wipe all this oil off my hands, and I will share the link and everything for you guys to come up. Let me just get these organized here, and then I'll share the link. And if anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to come up. But I want to get a good start on Trey's baits, so tomorrow I can just do stick baits for him, and maybe a few of these trailers. I think he wants white too, so I got to get him white for bed fishing. So that's what I'm going to focus on tomorrow probably, because tonight I'm just making a group of these. So let me wipe my hands. I wonder how many people came over for Sunfish King. I don't know how many did. And in the comments, there is the link if anybody wants to come up. Yeah, he's still going. Yeah, he's been going since like 6 or 7 o'clock today. So he always does long ones. But that's my buddy. But I just, like I said, I went late tonight. But I mean, he was going all day, so I figured he wouldn't mind me doing it. He don't need his watch hours anyway. He's just doing it to grow channels and things like that. So I actually need my watch hours. So that's why I try to fit them in when I can. Try to be doing some during the day too. So keep your eyes open for any of my pop-up lives during the day. It's usually a topic based or something, or I gotta announce something or do something during the day. But they're usually around 11 to about 1 o'clock. 1:30 is probably the maximum I would go. Just because I gotta leave for work at 2. That gives me enough time to get ready for work and stuff like that. Yeah, I thought you were doing a raid too, but I guess nobody raided. That's okay. I'm just doing my thing. Did King announce a raid or something, or did somebody say raid over there, or what? Ted, if I wanted a bag of those swim baits in green and white, you ship to Canada? Yeah, I could ship to Canada. I think a lot of the people that I do ship to Canada with pays for the shipping for that. I think I got a price today, and for 3 packs of baits, it was like $25 to ship 3 packs of baits to Canada. So I could either split the cost with you, Sean, or we could work something out. So I don't know. I don't know if you'd want to do that and spend that much money on the baits. Unfortunately, you're in Canada, which I wish you were in the States, buddy, because you'd have a ton of my baits. But if you want to do something like that, you can email me. We can talk about it. Maybe we could split it or whatever. So whatever you want to do, Sean. I'm not, I understand. It's just, you got to understand on my end too. That's a lot to, like Rich paid for all the shipping. So I'm shipping to him. He wanted them. So he sent me the money to ship them to him. So I'm going to do that, but I don't expect everyone to do that. A lot of people say they won't do it. I'll do it if like you guys were going to pay for the shipping or whatever. But $25 for 3 packs of baits is a lot of money for shipping. So I don't make the culprit worm fox hunter. I make the stick baits, but I'm getting a mold for a ribbon tail worm, and I just don't know what size ribbon tail I want yet. If I want the 4-inch, the 7-inch, the 10-inch, I don't know yet. I might get like the 7 or 8-inch mold. I think that's a pretty good happy medium for my first mold with a ribbon tail until I get bigger ones or smaller ones. I don't know, but I think that's a good start for a ribbon tail, 7 or 8 inches, because you can always cut your lures down. You can't make them bigger. We can talk about it, or in the winter you could send them to my wife's parents and everything. Yeah, if you're like going down there or something, maybe we do like a bigger order for you, and I can send them to Arizona, no problem. So if you wanted like, baits, we can do like a bigger order. Let me know when you're going to be down there, and then I'll make sure that I have them all ready, and I'll ship them like a week or so before you get there, and then you'll have them when you get there or whatever. If they're coming up to you, just let me know when you would want me to ship them to Arizona for you, bud. Let's see, who's this? What's up? What are you up to? I can't hear you. You're muted. I think you're muted. I don't know if you could hear me, Modog. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. I think you're muted. Yeah, I couldn't hear him. I think he was muted or something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, definitely, Sean, I'd like to get you some baits, and I'd like to get you them shutter baits because I don't use them too much, and I have, I think, 4 or 6 of them, and I'd like to get you 2 of them at least, or at least 1 to try it out, and then you can, if you like them or whatever, you can go buy them. But check them out. Terminator makes them, Sean. They're called the Shutter Lure, and they have you think the chatter baits chatter? These shutter. I mean, they're big, and they put a lot of vibration out, and they're awesome for pike. And I know that's your thing. Okay, let's see if Modog works. You there? Yeah, now I can hear you.
I don't know.
Sometimes it does that for me. Sometimes when I go into a live, I got to get out of my phone completely and then come back in. So maybe that's what happened.
Yeah. Maybe.
Working now. Yeah. I hate when I drop my lure. I hate it.
So I just edited that stupid video, 4.5 hour video that I'm putting on my series, and it uploaded. But when I went to put it on, because I have to upload it all together, and then I go back in and put it back in my Power Director.
Okay.
And when I put it back in there, there's no video, but there's sound.
That's crazy. So
now I got to redo it again, but I already erased part of it. So I think I'm just going to leave that one off and just do an edited version.
Yeah, ain't that frustrating, dude?
It is.
Yeah.
Maybe I should just keep them to 2 hours.
I will look them up for sure. Yeah, definitely look them up, Sean. I think you're going to like them, and they're definitely a pike killer.
Yeah, I like those. What do you call them? The grubs. Those look good. Those look a lot better than the ones I have.
The off the hook grubs.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah, Trey's he likes his black and red. He's got a couple jigs and a couple chatterbaits that are black and red. He's gonna be throwing. He don't even have them out of his package yet. And he was like, "Hey," and I heard him. He didn't ask me for these, but he was asking, "Hey, what do you make?" And I said, "Well, when you leave?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm leaving in a couple of days." I'm like, "Man," I said, "All right, I'll try to make them and get them to you in a couple of days." So that means today and tomorrow I got to be done with them, and then I got to ship them probably today.
Right.
2-day shipping for him. So that's why I went live tonight, and I figured I got to make his baits anyway. So why not go live while I'm doing it and try to get some watch time? That's all.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't have I don't need to worry about watch hours right now.
Yeah. I'm ready to, I guess people, I don't know if it's a little early for me or not, but I mean, people were doing it when they were like 1,500 and stuff, and I'm going to buy 1,300. So I figured, why not start putting it out there a little bit? You know what I mean?
I'm only at 212 subscribers, so I got a ways to go before I even get to 1,000 subscribers. So.
Yeah. But it makes it get that watch hours and do your lives like you're doing, because then all you got to concentrate on is maybe doing some more giveaways, or even like doing maybe a little bit bigger giveaways like Moto. Like, I don't want to tell you what to do or nothing, but maybe on your videos, what you can do even to boost the watch hours, you're doing your lives the way you're doing them, so you're getting your watch time through that. But then in your videos, maybe do a giveaway video, and then tell them to comment, do something on the video, and
Well, I've already got one out, and Chill's going to win it. Nobody. I mean, I put it out like 100 times now. That if you go back and watch every video, there's a question in every one.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, watch like the whole video, and then you see the question, like a part of the video.
It's in it. It's in it. It's in the video, like while the video is going. So you can't just go to the end after, you can't go to the end and get the question. No, it's in there. You just got to watch the videos.
I got you.
Yep. He may win a fishing rod and a combo.
Cool. Well, I'm going back now. Now I'm going to find it. Yeah, some of the bigger channels now, they're doing that where somewhere in the video and they mention it. Like, hey, if you see the yellow sign, then whoever's first to comment wins a 1994 Dodge Ram truck, or, whatever it is. I'm like, Jesus,
Dang, I wish.
Yeah.
No, but since I've been starting videos, every video has a question in it that I ask the people who are watching, so I know who's watching my videos. And so far, I haven't ever got an answer to any other questions. So
yeah. Well, now I'm going to have to definitely pay more attention to the video. I know that.
He said working on it.
Working on it. Yeah, there's a ton of people to watch. I was just researching today while I was at lunch at work, and I'm looking at that purge. Did you ever hear about the YouTube purge? Okay. Well, if you ever get a chance, look it up. YouTube purges their YouTube channel every once in a while. And my sister's husband's sister works at YouTube or something like that. And so every once in a while when she's in and she's there, I like nail her with like 10,000 questions. And they were telling me, look up the YouTube purge, because that's how she answers the questions now. She don't explain everything. She just says, look it up and what to look up. So I looked up the YouTube purge today because I thought about it. And YouTube, they cleaned their channel out. Like what they do is they go in, and if I'm subscribed to you, Modog, and I don't interact with your channel at all, like say, how everybody says, okay, go like, subscribe, and all this stuff, watch my video. Okay, so if I do that, I hook set you today, and I say, okay, and then late tonight, I go up there and I watch, say, 5 minutes of your video, I comment, I'm locked in, right? Well, if I don't ever come back to your channel, and they don't tell you a time, but they set a period of time, and if you're inactive, YouTube, if they want to, they take that away. So I think what's going on in a lot of channels people have so many channels that they hook set to, and they never can go back and watch them all. And then they get their favorites, or say out of 100 channels, they're watching 30. Right. channels, they can drop off, and YouTube has that in their algorithm to do that. And she told me that, and I'm like, really? So I looked it up, and it was really interesting. Like they just did that, and then they set a rule where if it's they just like put it out there. I don't think they announce it though. They have it like they have it somewhere, and if you go and look at it, then you say, oh, well, that makes sense. So they can take it away from you if you're inactive. If that person is inactive on your channel, they'll take that subscription away from you.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes sense. And I guess that just covers their butt, I guess, and it helps them not lose money, or I don't know how that works. But, yeah, it was interesting, though. If you ever look it up, look at the YouTube purge thing. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Oh, I know, Chill. I know I should. I know. I mean, I know. I try to do my videos really well.
Yep.
And I try to edit them out very well. And I even try to add some funny stuff in there. I think that, I should have, but that's okay. People don't, people have other people to follow. People have other people to watch. I'm just one of those people that came in I was one of those people that was asked to come to a live one day, and I did. And then everybody started, following me from there. But I'm sure one day I'll get up there. It's all good. I mean, if you're enjoying my videos, then you know that MoDog does some good stuff.
Mm-hmm. And you catch fish.
I mean, I don't know. I don't catch pike. I mean, I looked and looked for a fish big enough to cover yours, but all I could come up with was my 72-pound flathead. That was it.
Saw that, and I was like, "Is that?" I was looking real close, and I zoomed in. Is that really MoDog? Because I was like, "Is that him or not?"
That was me. I was still in the Army. That was out in Virginia.
You was a buff dude.
I was big.
Yeah,
I was big. That's what I'm saying. When you're using all that protein stuff and you're lifting weights constantly and everything, don't stop. Don't stop.
I'm not trying to say you're not in shape now, but before.
No, I'm not. I'm round. That's a shape.
You was a big dude then. When I seen that picture, I was like, wow.
I'll show you one day when we're all around and I'm thinking of it. I got pictures on there of me in Iraq when I was lifting every day when I wasn't doing missions, and my arms were as big as my daughter. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now, you see angling spiders, they do. Yeah, a lot of people buy subs too. I don't know how that works when everybody always says, like, I guarantee you I can get you 1,000 views and stuff like that. I guess
I don't do that.
I don't do that either. But I've seen, and I've had offers for people on like Facebook. They're like, hey, we could do this YouTube thing. You give me $40 and I'll give you 1,000 views. I'm like, nah, dude, I ain't doing that.
I don't need all that.
That ain't gonna.
I'll grow on my own, and
that's what you want.
Sometimes I get down on myself because I don't think I do good enough videos. But Chill, he is actually. I think it's great that he's doing this for me and whoever he does it for. But it helps me because he came back on and he said, "Hey, look, I like your videos. I think you need a second camera, or at least mount your camera up above your head and not just on your head, because then it gives a good view of everything, and you don't have to keep holding the fish up because then you get to see the fish." When you bring them out of the water and stuff like that. But it's hard to do that on the kayak. It's easy to do that out of the boat.
Yes.
But it's hard to do that on the kayak because, it moves so much in there. My head doesn't move because I'm always steady or if I'm looking around. But I mean, that kayak just moves all over. And
I tried to up my game this year too by getting I have three cameras on my boat this year. And I just got in the mail yesterday my wireless mic. So that's supposed to be compatible with my GoPro. So I got to put all that stuff together this weekend, use it, and then I'm going to make a video of my setup.
I'm just torn. I don't know if I want to put my boat back together or just go trade it in and deal with a new payment and all that. But I don't know.
Either. Mine's all paid off. I paid cash for it a couple of years ago, so I'm good with that. But I ain't gonna have a new boat for a while, but my next boat is gonna be my next boat, and I already know what I want and all that. But
that's awesome, Phil. Good to hear, brother. Brother in green. He retired in '79 as an E5. I retired as an E5 too. I was medically retired, forced to retire. I left 34 soldiers behind. That was a sad day.
Did you get hurt, MoDog, or what?
Oh, I've been hurt. Yeah, multiple times.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, bad in Iraq, and then when I was in Fort Sill, Oklahoma, I tore all the ligaments in my ankle, and they were torn so bad they were growing back to my muscle, and they didn't know. They just thought it was a sprain or twisted ankle or whatever. But so I have pins and needles and stuff like that in my ankle now, and I couldn't get up and down out of the trucks. I'm an 88 Mike. I was a driver. I taught kids how to drive convoys and stuff like that. So I couldn't get up and down out of the trucks anymore, and they figured it would be a better idea for me not to train people from the ground, so they retired me.
I got you.
But yeah, that's what I did in Iraq. I told you I was there for 365 days and one deployment and did 289 missions, so I was busy nonstop.
Yeah, well, I appreciate your service.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate Chill. I appreciate anybody who serves. It's not an easy job. It's not. A lot of people think it's just a lot of fun and this and that. No, it's especially nowadays when we don't know exactly what's going on.
Yeah,
but we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy how you can't even. I don't know. Yeah, like you said, I don't want to get into that here. My dad was in the Air Force.
Yeah.
So he served in the Air. That's where I lived in Utah. He was stationed in Utah. So I was born on the Air Force base in Ogden, Utah.
There you go.
Then I moved back to Pittsburgh because that's where my family. That's where they were from. But they were out there because my dad was stationed there, and they lived on the Air Force base. So. And are you living on the base right now?
No, I live outside of Post. Post is about 25 miles from me.
Okay. I didn't know if you were living on base or not. I didn't know.
No. I own my own house.
Okay.
But no, a lot of people are like Army and Army only, and then they got Army and the Air Force because they're two, and then you got the Navy and the Marines, and I love all our service members, man. I think everybody does a great job. Doesn't matter what. You could be in a warehouse.
Yeah.
You could be in a warehouse here, and then when you go overseas or anywhere, that's not the only thing you do. So yes, your MOS could be a 38 Bravo, but over there you're a 13 whiskey or whatever it is, 13 Echo or Bravo. I don't remember what the numbers were, but you're a fighter when you go wherever you go. Doesn't matter what you're doing.
Hill is about.
Yeah.
What's that say? Hill is about 40 minutes from where I live at Off the Hook Outdoors. Thank you for your service, Modog, Droning Veteran. Thank you for coming in tonight, Droning Veteran. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming in.
Oh, Hill? Yeah.
Everyone has a purpose. Yeah, you're right about that.
That's right. I mean, yeah, everybody has a purpose. What? What?
She said her lip hurts.
What'd you do? You want to say hi to Ted?
Yeah. Hi, Ted.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. It's cute. What are you still doing up? Are you just starting?
Well, she never goes to sleep. What are you talking about? He said, "Why are you still awake? Are you tired?" Okay. She's pulling my head over.
Okay. You're in trouble, dude. You are in trouble.
I know.
You are in trouble.
Can you say hi, Chill? You always say hi. There you go.
Hi, Theo.
You want to see a bait? Tell Ted to hold a bait up.
Hold a bait up.
What is that?
It's a worm.
It's a worm. That's right.
How very cute.
It's black, isn't it?
Black and red.
Black and red.
It has a tail.
Yeah, it has a tail.
Look at the little arm.
Look at that little arm. He's got a little arm right there.
Little arm.
That kind of looks like the one that look. Show him this one. Here, show him that one. He's got one of those too.
Ooh, look at mine. Look at mine.
Yeah, see, his are better. See the difference? This is the one I was talking about.
Yep. That's nice.
I like it.
You like it?
Yeah.
I don't know where Alvin is, but that'd be cool if Alvin was in here because she loves him.
There's him. He is.
There he is. Who's that?
Dada.
That's Dada.
For me.
That's you. Who's that? Who is that?
Hi.
Hi.
Is that Ted?
No.
Are you Trinity?
No.
You're not
I'm
Trinity?
Danny.
Oh, you're Trini.
Trent.
Trini, Daddy's daughter, yeah.
Danny Daddy.
Okay. Are you ready to go?
He has lights on his ceiling. Like
Yeah,
I
they're
used to
his
have
little-
under my bed.
They're his little lights for his little room there. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Yell bye.
I hate when I mess up one of my baits.
Sorry.
Dark Arrow came in. No, you're fine, dude. I love that stuff. I wish my daughter was that small again. She's getting too big and doing too much. I hardly see her anymore.
Well, I see them every day.
I mean, I see her, but she's sleeping when I get home from work. When I'm sleeping in the morning, they go to school, so it's tough until the weekend, you know. And now she wants to be with her friends all the time. So on the weekends when we used to go and fish.
Hey, is Dark Arrow a mod in your thing? Because I'm gonna time him out.
Did you see? Were you in Sunfish Kings when 9 years later was in there?
Today?
Yep.
No.
She asked the question, or whoever it was asked the question.
What was it?
Why does Miss Crystal Morris ask so many questions to me? I'm like, ooh, and Sunfish King goes, I don't want to be involved in that. And I just was like, whoop, yep. And that was like a question that 9 years later had. I was like, oh,
why would that even matter? She wasn't even in there.
I don't know. No idea. She asked why your wife asked so many, why she questions her 9 years later. That's all. And good night, Angler Spiders. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, get a hold of me. Tim McNally's in here. I work with Tim McNally. So what's up, Tim? But yeah, it was like, why does Chris Morris ask so many questions just to me? And I'm like, I know why, but I didn't say nothing.
Maybe because you're a little weird.
You might ask Sunfish King about that, but he didn't want no parts of that.
Oh, I bet.
It was just a weird feeling. I was like, It was one of those feelings that you gave me when you were talking about it.
Right. See?
I was like, yeah, it's weird.
I don't know.
I went onto the channel and there's nothing. You know what I mean?
He said, hello, Modog. No, chill. I was joking. Okay.
Yeah,
I wouldn't time you out, man. I don't time anybody out unless it's a joke, like I did to J.A. I don't get mad, man. I just won't talk to you. If I don't talk to you, you know that I don't like you.
Yeah, so I don't know what that was all about.
I don't either. That's weird.
Yeah, let's talk to Sunfish King about it. I think he felt just as weird as I did. I wasn't even there. I was in it, but I wasn't. I was like, that was weird.
I was over there, but like I said, I've been trying to get this thing edited, and that just really.
Yeah, I seen you pop in, and then you're like, I gotta go. You're like, hello, everybody. And then you're like, I gotta go.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it done. I haven't put a video out, and I don't know how long. And I try to do one a week.
I got to get a new video out soon. And I'm hoping that I got that new Runkle bag from Runkle. I'm going to do a review on that. But I'm debating now.
So are you reviewing their stuff too? Was that a free thing you got? Or?
Yeah, well, I signed up for their pro staff, and I got the bag. I don't know how it worked. They haven't even talked to me or anything. They haven't even contacted me about it, but I got a bag. But I went on their website, and it's $39 for that bag. Well, they have that same bag. It's $16, and they have a khaki color, a black, and they have that camo one. So I was debating on whether I should just buy another one and then do like a giveaway with it too, or if my kids like them. But they both, I just bought them Cryptic Plano tackle box backpacks. They were like $119 a piece. I bought them each one because they were fighting over it. And I said, I'll buy you each one of them. And they haven't used it one time. So I got these bags, and I'm like, man, that's a nice bag. But are they going to use it? So why buy it? So if I buy it, I might give it away. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I think that I try to do that too. I go into a lot of people's places and I do a lot of
Why don't you go on Runkle and
try
do
to
it?
do pro stock because I don't have enough subscribers. Believe it or not, it's one of those. I've noticed this because like Fishbrain, I try to get them. I have almost 1,000 subscribers on Fishbrain. Now you have 2,000 or something like that.
3,200 or something like that.
And then and I think that's the problem that everybody's having. Despise content or whatever, I have. They just go on there and go, oh, you don't have enough people to watch your stuff. So.
Oh, you know what? You could go to that Runkle because Runkle's just reaching out to a lot of people. But go to them and then you fill it out. And I could, if you want to get on the phone with me while you're doing it, but fill it out and you can talk your way into that too. Just say you're growing, you're doing this, you'll product review it, you'll do giveaway. Like just you talk yourself into it more. But you're saying, hey, I'm growing and I'm into this. And you give them your Instagram, give them your Facebook, give them I forgot to give them my Fish Brain and my Fish Angler. So I actually emailed them today and said, hey, I forgot to add this to my sort of resume that I have, on my Fish Brain, I have 3,200 or whatever. And then my Fish Angler, I have 800 or whatever it is on Fish Angler. And Fish Angler is hard to get followers on. I don't know why it is, but it's just hard.
Yeah, I don't even use Fish Angler. I tried to, but it was just so much different than
it is.
Fishbrain. So.
And there's another one called Fishity, but I don't think Fishity you can do the links. And like Fish Angler, I wish you could do the links like Fishbrain, but I don't know if Fishbrain has something with YouTube that they can do that, but Fish Angler or nothing don't, and neither does Instagram. So it's you always got to say link is in my bio or something like that.
Right.
To push the people that way. You know what I mean? Dark Arrow, hey, y'all have a good night. Thanks, Dark Arrow. Thank you for coming in, bud. I appreciate that. So, I don't know. It's just, but you could talk your way through a lot of that stuff, even though you don't have subscribers. You can do that. Just to give you some examples, who you could even reach out for if you want to get somebody. And I would recommend being like me, a small channel or whatever. If you get one of them, hang on to it and use them.
All right. Yeah, I had. I don't know if you knew this, but I had. I'm not going to name who they were or anything, but I had a camouflage company contact me. They contacted me and said, hey, we'd like you to be pro staff. Well, they sell fishing apparel and stuff like that. So I couldn't use them because I already am under contract with Eternal. So that kind of sucked.
Yeah.
That kind of sucked.
Chillin', Indiana. That's the bag that I posted. But yeah, if you get somebody like a fishing thing that has a couple, Runkle's pretty good. Now, Joe from Live the Fish did the Runkle review, that reel that he has, and it didn't work.
Right.
The bait, the break in that didn't work on it, and I would go nuts with that. I can't have that stuff happening to me.
A lot of Runkles have that. I have a Runkle in the garage that when I took the cap off of the brake side, there was no. It has to have that little plastic thing in there to push down on the deal. Well, that wasn't in there. So then I try to make my own, and then it's too tight.
Yeah.
So I just use that one if I'm out flipping.
Yep. Yeah, where you're not throwing it, you're just flipping into bush.
Yeah, where I can just flip it. I mean, I still have all the other functions of it. It just doesn't. It's free spinning all the time. If the wheel is, or if you push the button, it's free spinning.
Gotcha.
There's no brake for it.
Gotcha. Yeah, so, that would be okay for flipping. You know what I mean? That was good. You're making use out of it anyway.
Yeah.
But the Piss of Fun, that's another company you might want to look into. Piss of Fun is pretty good. And then Soga Lang, believe it or not. And
I love that's what this is right here. This one right here.
Yeah.
See the S?
Yep. How you like it?
I love them.
Do you?
Oh, I love them.
Yeah, I seen them at it. I was going for them smaller companies when I first started out too. None of them gave me the time of day, like you were saying. It's
the only reason this is sitting here is because I took the line off of it and I broke that rod. This is the one that was on one of the rods that I broke, the cherry wood.
Yeah.
And I broke that rod in that short video, and I took the line off of it.
I have the cherry wood rod too, and you had to get the red reel for the cherry wood rod, right?
I mean, it matches it. Look.
Exactly. I put the Pro Max. Abu Pro Max on mine because it's red and black.
That's what I had on there, but I have so many of them, and those things I didn't ever open them and grease them. And I used to always, like, if I was having a problem with the reel squealing, I'd dip it in the water. That, you know.
Yep.
And then I got out of that, and that reel that I had on there was bad, so I bought this one, and I've got a purple and black one in the garage. It hasn't even been used yet. I got like 4 or 5 brand new reels.
Yeah, I got a beast reel, Abu Garcia beast reel that I got to do a review on too. Now, see, I don't know. As a YouTube channel, do I go after a big company like Abu Garcia, or do you think it'd even give me the time of day? You know what I mean? It's like,
I mean, for you, yeah, you have subscribers. Me, no. A favorite wouldn't even look at me. They were like, no, you don't have enough. They even actually told me you don't have enough subscribers.
Yeah. But that's like Beyond Braid. I know you got to buy a certain amount of products from them. You got to show them your posts. So I started sharing stuff to my stories from people, you know what I mean, to see if anybody would reach out to me. But in all in the same sense too, Dog, what I'm thinking is, if I have all these different companies that I got to do stuff for, I'm not going to have time to actually fish and enjoy it. So I went with the hook company and the weight company right now.
Right.
This Runkle thing, if it works out, then they have a couple of different things, and I might just stick with that. Now, I'll keep posting with Abu and that because Abu will like my posts on Instagram and St. Croix. I would love to do like an Abu or reel company. Say if Runkle was a decent reel, like that one thing, I'm going to give them the benefit of that and say, okay, but like a cheaper reel, like an affordable reel for YouTube subscribers is what I want. Now, Abu Garcia, a Shimano Corrado, you're looking at $270 a reel. People on YouTube aren't going out and buying $270 reels.
Well, that was my thing is I don't want anything from Favorite. I don't want them to send me favorite gear or favorite fishing rod. I buy mine.
Yeah.
But if they could give me a huge discount, $224 for a rod and reel combo, you know, I mean, that's a lot.
You're buying it already.
And I pay for them. I mean, you know, well, I don't, she does, but I mean,
yep.
You know,
but I know what you're saying.
I use them consistently. That's what I throw all the time. If you see anything black and red in my boat, those are Favorite. If I'm throwing the orange one, that's a lose.
Yeah. Yeah, and it helps you because you actually use the product, so it would give you a discount, and that's why I went with the Vector hooks because I use them, and the Angler Tungsten because I use them. So they give me a share code where I get 20% off of mine, but I get a share code for 10%. Like if you were to buy it, you get 10%, but when I buy it, I get it for their cost at like 25% off or something.
Right. I don't ask for anything free. I'm like your baits. I'm going to pay you for your baits when you make them, and I mean I still have these.
No,
you made me.
That's a different.
And I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna actually do a whole video on those. And I'm not throwing anything that you'll see me with one pole in that boat that day, and that's only for those baits.
Like when I give them to people like you and stuff like that for you, that's sort of my payment when you're doing the video for me because it's sort of putting my name out there too, and I'm cool with that. That's why I started with the bait making. That's why I wanted to give them away so people did videos out there of off the hook baits. So off the hook, hashtag off the hook is on their videos. So that gets my name out there. But there comes a point where I can't keep giving baits away. I got to try to help so I can make make.
Believe me, I have plenty of baits to use for that video, but I do want those swim baits and I'm paying for those. So
I got you.
That's not a big deal. I just want, you know, and I have my other buddy that lives here in Lawton that lives real close to me. All I got to do is go over and get him. But I've been paying full price for his, and I've been spamming his name out there. That's
yeah,
you know, Fission Baits.
But yeah, I mean, some people, like you said, like you got to have it work for you and for them.
Right.
Offer them something, but they definitely got to offer you something. No matter how big your channel is, you got to get something out of the deal too, or it isn't worth it for both parties.
That's exactly. That's like
we're gonna be doing a live on that. I think Live to Fish. I think Trey, myself, Gripping and Ripping Fishing. I mean, we're gonna do a live like that and explain the different things between sponsorships and affiliate programs. And
hey, I have a question. Did I miss another freaking live with Jeff?
I missed it too. I didn't even get a notification. I just saw it today.
I saw it a little while ago.
Right before this live that I did, I went on and I looked at my Facebook stuff because I don't get notifications at school. They have a Facebook block at my school. I can't really do too much at school. And I'm sure that's a reason why they blocked it because of the kids and stuff using it while during school and all that. Okay. So I can't see that. But when I come home, I get on at my notification and I see Jeff.
Yeah, he says I'm doing a live.
I sent them an email. I mean, I sent them a thing and said, hey, I didn't get no notification for this.
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I took a nap earlier, but
yeah,
I hate missing those because it feels like I'm just, I don't know. And I bought a whole bunch of stuff yesterday from them.
Yeah, I got to get a shirt from them. I got to order a shirt, and I'm thinking I'm going to order it this week because I got a hat and everything, and I just want it for posting. For you know how you pulled your fish up and post? I want to have either a shirt and a hat on when I do that. I'm not going to have it on all the time, but I'm going to have it on sometimes when I'm taking pictures.
Yeah. So see, that's another thing. I don't get anything from them. Nothing. I don't get anything from Eternal. Everything I've gotten from Eternal, I've had to buy.
Yeah.
And I still put their name out there. So, I mean.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot, like you said, and I think you're catching on to it too in a way where it's like there's differences between you have your sponsors and there's difference between being a free salesman for people too. And there's a limit to that. And people start getting upset over, and this don't have, I bought the hat and everything. They don't give me anything. Like I hear Sunfish say, oh, they sent me this, they sent me that. I don't know if he's paying for it or not, so I can't speak for them. But if I'm not paying for that, okay, say I'm telling you, oh yeah, they just sent me a whole bunch of this. And they sent it free. And then you're in the same position as me. And I'm not saying this happened or it is happening, but a company that gives somebody some free, but not the other person who's in the same thing, that starts ticking people off. And they're like, well, I ain't doing that no more. And then you start losing people. And then that's where companies really go bad. Where like, if you're not getting free hats from Eternal Anglers, but me, I'm giving away 5 hats a week from Eternal Anglers.
Right.
You have to buy your hat. That's not
right.
Not cool. So you got to really watch that stuff.
Yeah. See, no, I buy all my stuff. And that's what I keep trying to explain to all these people that I'm trying to get pro staff for or this and that for. I don't want your stuff because I want it for free. I want your stuff because I like it and I use it. And that's why I want it. That's why I want a pro staff for you. So I can go, hey, I actually am pro staff for these people. And this is the bait that I use that I catch all these on. Like if I could get a Z-Man, listen, if I could get Z-Man chatterbaits and I could like say, hey, I'm pro staff for Z-Man. I don't even care. I'd still go out and buy them for $19.99 and still use them because I know it's a comfort bait for me and I can catch fish.
But that's where you want to go and target those companies if you're using them baits, because all they have to do is say, okay, yeah, we'll give you a 10% discount on your baits. Great, because now you're saving some money on the stuff you were already buying.
Yeah.
Get that discount, and you're putting their name out there now. It's tough. I don't know.
I'll figure it out one of these days. But like I said, I've got 200 subscribers, man. I'm not, I can understand how somebody can look and go, you've only got 200 people that actually, are on your YouTube.
It's fun for you, but it's better to be prepared and know what you want to do before you jump into it and say, oh yeah, I want to be a pro staff for you and you and you and you. Then you got to worry about doing everything for them. I mean, there's some stuff out there where it was like I had to post. It was for not Angler Tungsten. It was what the hell? It was another tungsten company that I went for, and they said
I know
it was 15 posts a week or a day, a month. I had to use it on my stories, and I'm like,
and every time you put out a video, you have to tag them in it.
And you have to use hashtag this thing, and then you have to do this on there, and I'm like, I ain't gonna remember all that stuff. Like if somebody was giving me something worth something, then I remember that, and I'll know what I need to do, and I want to do that. But it ain't really, even for me though, Moto, it ain't really like out there where I'm getting free stuff from anybody or doing anything. It's just a matter of getting like your name out there with the company.
Right.
Like we got an email for a sweepstakes company from their giveaway, and I may try them just because I would get a free membership for a year to post any giveaways that I do. Well, they have a following of over 600,000 people. And they said, well, if you post it with us, your 600,000 people are capable of see ya, Chill. Thank you. Have a good night. But there's capability of an additional 600,000 people seeing your giveaway. So I talked to this girl, Christine. I told Sunfish King, I said, do you think it's a scam or what? He's like, I don't know. It kind of looks like one. So I've been playing this lady, and I said, hey, I'm going to be go check this out. I'm doing giveaways like on my live. I said, can I enter these live giveaways with you? Can I do my video giveaways, my Instagram? She's like, oh yeah. So she gets back to me. She's like, I saw your stuff. So she actually went and looked at it. So that was a plus, like on her side for me. She actually went and looked at it. Then she told me what I was giving away. So she actually watched it. And I was like, okay, that's another plus. And she goes, so if you want to just give me your link for that, I'll give you a free year of, you can enter into our sweepstakes, your giveaways for free. I was like, well, maybe I'll try it for that year. And then after that year, if nothing happened in the time in that year, then I just drop it and don't worry about it. So I don't know if I'm going to do it or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I just want one company like that's a decent company that has a lot of stuff. Like Eternal Anglers, they have stuff, but it's mostly clothing. They don't have like the equipment and stuff like that.
They don't have the fishing rods and reels and
yes.
They have a couple baits, I think, but like not
the Nico and stuff like that.
Right.
But I want like the rods, reels. That's why I wanted to do like an Abu Garcia. I wanted to and Croy rod. I wanted to have that stuff. But there's a lot of cheap rods out there that ain't worth a crap. And maybe why would I don't use them. So why would I go for them? So,
I mean, exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell these people. It's like, yes, I'm small on YouTube. I have 1,000 subscribers or followers on FishBrain. I have 800 or something like that on Instagram. And those people, every day I get more on Instagram. You know, I mean, how it goes. And then people, but some of them are faking whatever.
Yeah.
Could you imagine how many people we'd have on our YouTube if all these people that we have following us on other platforms would just come over here and say, hey, let's follow?
I would love to have everybody from FishBrain just come to my channel and subscribe.
Right, right.
But you're on Facebook now. You weren't on, did you just start getting on Facebook or have you been on it for a while?
Oh, I've been on Facebook since.
Because I've noticed a lot of times too, I get a lot of traffic. Maybe not subscribers, but I get a lot of traffic from Facebook. But you have to turn them. Facebook ain't like FishBrain. And I've noticed on FishBrain, if I put a video up on FishBrain, and it's the actual video, it still goes to that black screen like it does on Facebook. It doesn't go to my YouTube channel.
Right.
So I started on FishBrain just posting my channel and putting my thumbnail there so they could see what it is. But then they still got to go to my channel to search for it, which makes it more interactive. It ain't just like video up or anything. I was doing that before, just putting my video link up. But when they would press it, I don't think it was going to YouTube to get
it. Wasn't.
It wasn't.
Nope.
So, I mean,
because I quit doing it too, because I was doing the same thing, putting the link up to my video. So now I just put on there that, hey, I got a new video out. Well, you've seen them.
Yeah.
And then it says, go to my channel. And that's it.
Yep. And then you could look at like your searches in your video, like where they came from. And I have a lot from Facebook that come over, but I thought FishBrain was made for that. That's why I always put the video link up and not my channel link, but it doesn't work that way.
No.
And I still
and somebody asked me the other day, well, if you put your video out, go ahead and put it on FishBrain. And I said, no, you'll have to come here and watch it. And they were like, well, I guess I won't be watching it then.
Yeah, I don't get it. That's sort of defeats the purpose of those apps. If you're gonna put it like I'm a lot of time posting on FishBrain, and if they're gonna watch my video on FishBrain and it doesn't do anything on the video on my YouTube, why am I posting it to FishBrain? I'll just put the fish that I catch on there and be like, hey, here you go, look at my off hook page. I caught that's what I do. I caught these 5 fish and the video's up on my channel. Yeah, that's what you have to do, like steer them over there. So I don't know. I don't know. Who knows?
But yeah, I got part of the edited version of this video done. That's what I was doing when I was talking to you.
Uh-huh.
And then you said if you want to come up, and I figured I'd take a break.
Yeah. Yeah. You know those O-rings in these injectors that I have? They have O-rings in them. You know how much 2 O-rings cost?
Probably a bunch, because they know you have to have them.
Like tires on your vehicle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's why
they want $8.70 2 washers.
That's crazy.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So I ordered 2, and then I went to work. This is on my live. I shouldn't be saying this, but hey, Sunfish King, mini raid, what's up? But I went to work and I tried to find some that matched, and they work. They don't work 100% like they should, but I guess for free I could take them. But I got to order $8 washers for my.
You should just go to O'Reilly's or AutoZone.
I'm gonna try to match them up. That's what I'm gonna try. I got. Let me see here. Where they at? I don't even know where the hell they are.
What do you mean? Where was I? I was in your live for a while, and then I started editing, and then yeah.
Oh, they're in here.
And then you did a snake video of carping, and I was out and disgusted and didn't want to go back. So then I went back and was like, "Hey, I gotta go."
That right there, $8. So I got a bunch of them that I took that'll work, but they're not the same size. They're a
little smaller.
Little smaller, but they work, but they're not. They let a little bit of plastic get behind them. So after I'm using it for a while,
he said you're cheating on me with Ted. Get out.
Hey, how can he be cheating
on the ball at me?
He can't be cheating on you if he was with you for 9 hours already today. He just come over here for an hour, King.
I wasn't over there the whole time either. I was just in and out.
Well, that's why I went late, because I knew King was on all day, and I didn't think he'd mind me doing it this late. But I think he's doing another one on Thursday, too. So I'm just trying to fit him in when I can.
I don't use an O-ring for a wacky rig.
Who said that?
Polar Bear wanted to know what O-ring. I don't use an O-ring for a wacky rig. You'll have to watch my videos to see how I hook mine, but I hook mine with the regular worm hook, and I just, like I was telling everybody, I just got these. These are my new wacky rig hooks, and they're not even wacky rig hooks; they're Nico hooks.
My pancakes are floating.
Trivia Thursday.
Yeah, so you got to work around people. I don't want to step on anybody's toes, so I just try to plug in when I can. Like if I got to go before work, I try to plug it in. Because like I said, I need the watch hours. King doesn't, but he's doing it to grow people's channels, so I don't want to step on that. So I try to do these late lives, and plus Trey needs bait, so it's just tough.
Yeah, I don't. I'll be live tomorrow.
Are you? Yeah. Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah, 7:30.
You going 7:30?
Every Wednesday.
I know. Well, Kyle Dark 30 goes 8:30. You go 7:30.
Last week you did it right when I started mine.
Yeah, he don't want to. He does that watch and grow or something like that.
Yeah.
That's how I rig that bait, so you can rig
Wednesday dog pound. That's right. Wednesday at the dog pound. Yeah, that's how I rig mine sometimes. I mean, I'll show y'all how I rig my wacky rig.
You wig it.
I'm wigged out. Oh, Chris will be
happy. 30. That's 8:30 for Kyle, and then it's 7:30 for Modog. But it's 7:30 for Modog, 8:30 for Kyle. Yes.
There's a couple people over there that do the same thing. I mean, there's a lot. There's just no way to get around it.
Yeah, but that right there in Modog, I told you about what I put right here in front of it, so the worm don't slide down like this. I put that little weight stop, that little rubber weight stop.
Oh yeah. You put one on there.
Put on your hook, and it keeps that bait tight to the top.
Yeah, I've never tried that.
You should try it. And then you do your wacky rig.
I don't have a.
And I'll wig my wacky wig, and you wig your wacky wig.
I'll do my wiki wig.
But I use
Let me get a hook for my wacky wig.
I use the O-ring, guys. See that O-ring? There's only 4 in here, but at least somebody might learn something. There's the O-ring. That's a number 5 faucet washer from Home Depot, or you can buy these specifically for wacky rigs online. And then,
so I have the wacky rig kit where it has O-rings, and then I bought these.
You want the tool? Do you get the tool?
I have the tool, and I also have these worms that you can get from Big Bite Baits.
Mm-hmm.
They already have the ring molded into the bait.
Yeah, okay.
So then you just put it through there. But the way I do it, I don't even use it. And I mean, I lose a lot, but I lost a lot of O-rings when I was trying to use them too. And you take a chance of burning your line with that O-ring getting stuck in between there. But here's how I rig mine, like this. See, this is just a regular 2/0 or 3/0 worm hook, wide gap. So I take it to the middle of the bait, right there, punch it through. You know how a lot of people will leave it like that? Not Mo Dog. That's how I rig them right there.
So it's weedless too, sort of.
Yep.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
Caught a lot of fish on this wacky rig, and everybody said that it wasn't the right way to do it.
Yeah.
I said, I catch a lot of fish.
Yeah. I do mine like this. This is my wacky rig here. I get my O-ring like that. I wet the O-ring. I put it right on the worm. Slide it up to the middle, just like that.
Yeah, see, I don't use those.
Take my wide gap.
Yeah.
Right there. That's the wide gap. 1/0. Take the O-ring and I slide it right under the O-ring just like this. And that's how it sits, just like that. And then when the fish bite it, this slides up the line.
Yeah, see the difference?
And then you're hooked onto the fish. So it keeps this on the line where you don't lose it. Now you can still lose it, but 90% of the time you don't when this slides up your line on the O-ring.
Yeah, I don't lose a lot of worms. They all slide up just like that. They all, But I was using cheap plastic and all that, and I didn't really care about them. So,
but I rig a lot of these baits like that weedless too with that EWG hook.
Yeah.
Yes, I rig a lot of them like this too, and just weightless and let them float, and they'll go down in the weeds, and you can pop them through the weeds, and they're weedless. And they float, but they'll go front heavy because of the hooks in them. You know what I mean?
1.38K. Wow, Ted.
What's that?
He said you have 1.38.
Yeah. I'm getting there little by little.
Thanks for acknowledging my 200, you jerk.
Did he? Yeah, I'm just like I said, I'm just trying to fill in for me because I need to watch out. Like it ain't like I'm like push. Like people were sharing me out, like Mark J. Larson and everybody. They're all, and Kyle was helping me. Chillin' Indiana was helping me. There's a few people. Some old man was helping me. Yeah. So and that's cool. And I'll get there. But I still got to do lives and I got to practice and I want to do a lot of live streaming with my GoPro. So I just got that wireless thing. So I'm going to go in the yard and I'm going to walk back as far as I can until I can't use it. So I want to see how far and I want to let the people know how far away the mic works, how clear it sounds while I'm there. So I'm probably going to do a behind the scenes thing with it first. And then I'm going to do either a video and then I'm going to go live. I'm going to do a live with it so you guys can see it while I'm videoing the live, like I'm videoing from the live, so they're going to get a lot of different angles and stuff like that.
So you know what, Ted? I think what I'm going to do is on that video I'm going to make of your baits.
Okay.
I'm going to do one of your baits.
Okay.
That's the whole video.
Okay.
And then the next time I go out, I'm going to use those that I like to use all the time, not yours. Like,
whatever you're going to do. Yeah.
I'll say like, I'll be using the
Z-Man or something like that.
No, not Z-Man. I can't think. I just said it. The Big Bite baits, because those are the ones I use all the time.
Okay.
The Ocho.
Yep.
And I'll rig a pole up with the Ocho. Mm-hmm. And then I'll rig a pole up with yours, and then we'll use them to see if it even matters. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I would say, if you're not catching them with one, get on the other one, and when you're catching, because you need video, you need content. So if you're not catching them, then switch it up or do whatever. But yeah, I think that would be the right thing to do. See, all my baits that I use and all my colors I use is I caught fish on them because I can't say, Modog, guess what? Try this color, and you don't catch nothing on it. It's like, you don't want to do that either. That's kind of a bad name. You know what I mean? So I try to use my colors and stuff in my baits. They all work. I've caught fish on all of them.
Gripping and ripping.
Hey, there he is.
He said, Ted, I think you have a spammer.
Yeah. It was nice of him to come into one of my lives anyway, Trey.
Right. Look at that. Nothing but, I didn't even notice. He just put a whole bunch of stuff in there.
At least he's in here because King in a live and somebody else's live is unheard of.
Right.
So I'm
more dogs.
He's usually busy though. See, I'm gonna head up and leave the stream up to help you watch out. See ya. Hey, Grippin, Trey, these are yours. This is why I'm up late tonight, to get you your baits out. There's your chatterbait trailer that you wanted for your jig or whatever. That's the red and black. That's that one for you. And while I was making all the red and black, I still had the colors. I made you some beaver baits as burrow bugs. That one. And then I made you the grass donkeys, which is the bigger version. So you'll have the black and red. I'm going to try to, and then I made you watermelon with the red and blue flake. And I'm going to make you I'm going to probably make you white. And then that's probably all that I can do if I'm going to get you to the bait, if I'm going to get the baits to you. So that's
Did you ask him when he's leaving to get an actual?
Yeah. When are you leaving?
Spider Steve.
Right. Hey guys. Hey, Spider Steve. Thanks for coming.
Oh, good Lord.
Make sure you hit the like button.
Make sure you hit the like button, Spider Steve.
Hey, Spider Steve, small channels. You go over to Sunfish King's channel. He helps small channels like yourself grow.
Yeah, he does. He's a pretty good guy. Yeah, sometimes. He's not in here anymore, so we can talk about him.
Gina, leaving April 3rd. Okay, so yeah, I got to get you. That's why I'm up so late here.
I like number 27. No, I like number 26. You can have 27.
I'm gonna try to shoot one more here, and then I'm gonna switch up colors and start making them hit white. So you're gonna have the black and red. What color flake you going to do white? I was gonna do you want silver flake for your white? I was thinking that's a good bed bait. I was gonna do silver flake. Unless you want a different flake, tell me.
Now, when you're doing the baits that are solid, like, do you put flake on through the whole thing?
Sometimes I just do a solid color, but yeah, the glitter goes through everything. It's hard. I can't do it now. If I can do the tails, say you want your black and chartreuse tails. So in the black, I could do silver just in the black, and then the chartreuse just chartreuse, or I can put copper in the chartreuse tail. Whatever color I got, I could put that. The fishing time let's goes in here still. Thank you. So yeah, I could do that stuff. And like I said, I'm learning what my capabilities are too when I'm doing things.
So Polar Bear. Sorry, I'm not trying to cut you off, Ted. I'm listening. Let me show you something, Polar Bear. Look, I have two different baits here. I have KVD Perfect Strike King baits. And I have those yums.
Yeah.
And I have those yums that I was using a minute ago. Now watch. I'll show you an easy way to put your bait on so you're not going sideways.
What is that, a stick bait, Modo?
Yeah, this one here is a stick bait.
Yeah,
this one's the stick bait, and this is the Ocho from KVD.
Yeah, I can use the Ochos, but I don't like to use the yums. I just don't like them for some reason.
So on these, of course, these have this square. They're square on the side. I don't know if you can see it or not, but they're like an octagon shape. And those you can always put through. It doesn't really matter. So the reason I wanted you to show you those because they come out like that a lot.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Oh, you're doing that. I'm asking Trey this real quick. Where the hell is my? Okay, so I got purple, blue, and then I have navy blue for glitter. Or do you want the silver in the white? Now the blue and I don't know how the blue and purple. The purple would look cool, but sometimes when you have white, the colors of this will bleed a little bit in the white, so it won't be a perfect white with blue. It'll be like a lighter blue with the glitter because some of the color will come off in the white. Go ahead, Modog. I'm sorry.
So on these baits right here, they're always molded. Like Ted's showing you his molds. On the side of these baits, you'll always see where they come together. There's a line right here. And then on the new baits that you get, they have this little pocket.
Yeah, for your hook.
Right. Yeah. So the way that I do it sometimes is you'll just go in here and you'll find that, put your bait in the top, just like this.
Yeah.
And then you can always turn it to where it lines up with that hole.
Yep.
Bring it through. Turn your worm. And then to make sure it's straight, you're inside of there. See, that's your little pocket. And then you just
See,
poke
now
it through.
I do Modog on that. That pocket, I flip up the
I
other.
flip it over, but I'm saying for somebody who can't figure out their sides,
Yes.
that's the perfect way to figure it out right there.
You have a target to put your hook to.
Right. And then it's already straight.
Yeah. Yeah, I use that little dip to put my hook the other way to keep it in there so it's weedless.
Right. I do that too.
Yeah, I know. I just figured that was what you were going with that.
Yeah, I do that too. Always turn it so that that's on the backside, but it's a lot harder for people to realize where their bait's going to go.
Yeah, then that gives you a target.
But if you do it 100,000 times a day,
yeah, I just throw it in there.
it's pretty easy. Yeah.
Yep.
So I can just run that and then set it down inside of that little gap, and it's already there. Oop, I didn't do that very well, but
I'll do both if you want, Trey. I'll put silver and purple in the white if you want. Do you want silver and purple, or just silver or just purple in your white? He said, surprise me. All right.
see how it's inside of the channel right now.
Yes, that's how I rig it, just like that.
But that's just an easy way. And then a lot of the cheaper baits, like if you can go and you get some that are made by, I can't even think of their names. Hold on. I got them all right here. I mean, I have them all. 6 cents. Let's see. I've got Z-Man. Zoo.
That would look cool. Okay, I'll do both.
Big Bite Bait. They all have a little line in them, and you can always follow that line. So, or you can always do it backwards too. You know that, right? You can always put your hook in first. Watch, I'll show you what I'm talking about. Well, you can't because you got your line on there, but you can always put your hook in first and find out where your spot's going to be. A lot of people pinch it.
I always bend it to the hook, the size of the hook.
Right.
Like I'll bend the worm to where I mark with my finger. I hold it, then I know to go through with where my.
Yeah, that's what I don't do that anymore. I just try to eyeball it.
Yep.
But believe it or not, I know a lot of people say that if your bait isn't straight, those fish aren't going to strike it, and that is a lie.
Yeah.
That is a lie. There's been multiple times when I've put my bait on just like this, and I've run it down, and then the spot that I want to put it, I've already eaten up, and I don't want to change this worm, so I'll spin that, and I'll put it through that way. And yeah, it looks a little funky when you do that, but I've never had a problem with a worm that looks like that getting a bite.
Yeah. Some people, I think it's in their head, they want it to be like that. You know, it ain't like. I mean, I've had fish hit my wacky style when it was hanging off and it was coming in like a helicopter, and a fish come up and nailed it that way too.
I mean, I've had a chatterbait, or not a chatterbait, a crankbait that I was trying to use, and it got the hooks messed up on it. And you know, they don't go underwater then; they just come up on top and they flap around. I've had a bass hit that before just because it's on the top water.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do purple and silver for him. He wants purple and silver. All right.
But that's okay. I'm just trying to let you know, Polar Bear. So if you ever do need to go out and you can't get your hooks in there sideways, that's a good way to do it. It's an easy, fast, efficient way to put your deals in there.
Well, yeah.
But don't use these. Don't put them in your mouth. I say don't use them, but use them. Don't put them in your mouth because these ones are coffee.
Yeah. Now, gripping and ripping did make sense with that swim bait. If the swim bait hook ain't right, you're going to get a bad swim on.
Oh, yeah. If a swim bait, we're talking worms, though. Swim bait, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely
got to be straight on the swim bait.
Give me 1 second. I'm going to be right back.
I'm right here. But, yeah, swim baits. If you don't have your swim bait on there straight, that's just asking for problems. But I don't do a lot of bass fishing anyway, so. Spider Steve, I thought your maker was going to bed. Anyway.
Hey Trey, you're still in here. Spider Steve's still in here.
Yeah, Spider Steve said he was going, or his maker was going to bed, but.
Hey Trey, if you're still in here on these, what's up? Straight to the point. On these green watermelon with the blue and red flake, some of them have salt, some of them don't. I'm throwing them all in one bag you'll find out which one floats more than the other, and you'll know which one has salt. Or you could feel them. Some of them they're heavier. So I'm giving you salted and unsalted watermelon with the red and blue flake.
Well, don't put them in your mouth, especially if you buy the ones with garlic in them because they taste like crap. Just
I don't even mess with the garlic ones too much.
I don't know. I'm gonna see how hard you have it, buddy. I'm gonna try to use my hand, only one, to put a hook in a worm.
Okay, so that one's done. Now I got to pull out this one. Let me get this all going.
This poor yum worm is not going to be worth anything by the time I'm done with it.
Yeah, you keep sticking it.
I was stuck like, I don't know, this hook in it 12 or 16 times.
I keep that worm on.
I'm not picking on you, buddy.
When I do presentations on here, I keep my one worm and I do the same worm.
How do you do that, polar bear?
What's that?
He says he only has the use of, he don't have the use of his right hand, or very little. So how do you, I don't know. How do you do that? Look, I'm cheating. I'm using both hands still. I'm a cheater. And they're so slimy. So I give you props, buddy, because I can't do it. And I'm sitting here cheating. I'm holding it in one hand and actually just trying to poke the hole, but I can't. Yeah, don't put it in your mouth. Just letting you know. They taste like crap.
Spider Steve said you're picking on him, so he's leaving.
I know. I wasn't picking on him. I know. I'm sorry, buddy. I didn't know. I apologize. Sitting here trying to educate you on how to put a worm on straight, and you're making me feel bad now.
Educate you, John.
I could do that, you're a dummy, if I had both hands.
Is that what who said that?
No, I'm saying that's what he's acting. He's like, hey, I realize how to put a hook on, dummy, but I only have one hand. Okay, I'm sorry.
Ted, I gotta hop off and get some sleep. Thanks again. Yeah, man, I'll send these out. Hopefully, I don't know about tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get them out tomorrow, though.
Now, I saw somebody the other day do this, and I don't understand this, but they took the hook and they just went up in here, just like that. That's how they hooked it. See? Yeah. It's not out, it's inside. And then they took one of those, they bit the bottom. It wasn't, because this has a color. Yeah. It was just a solid. They bit the bottom and put one of those Nico nails up there.
Yeah.
And that's how they fished it, just like that.
That'll hit the bottom and they could sort of like a shaky head with your
arm. Could you believe? And I mean, I'm sure they lose their baits that way, but.
Did you ever see that one rig that it's a uni rig where they have the wire going through with the little straws?
I've tried it. I don't.
It takes longer to set it up than it does to use it.
I don't take the time to fish stuff, so I don't know. I'd probably end up using it, and it'd probably work for me, but I don't know. I bet it is awkward sometimes, Polar Bear. I apologize. I will figure out how you do that at some point.
Yeah, that's crazy. Got to give him props for that one now.
No kidding. No kidding. Oh, man. But these are the new ones that I'm going to use for this. I mean, you saw me use this, this actual top shank worm hook right here.
Mm-hmm.
And these little VMC hooks are the ones I'm going to start using. So I want to see what it does look like. This will be the first time I've opened this and taken one out. Let's see. These dudes are super sharp too. Ow, VMC always has some. Yeah, they're sharp. VMC always has some sharp hooks.
Yeah, I use their drop shot hook, or their drop shot hooks with those swivel on them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they have a swivel on them, and they're pretty good. They spin. It doesn't. Your line don't twist on them.
So yeah, that's perfect. Actually, that'll work great because the hook don't come all the way up through it. The deal's at the bottom like it's supposed to be. And I still don't use the ring. I won't ever use the ring again. That's okay. Those will work great.
That looks good to me. Yeah, whatever works for you, bud.
Those will work great. I just try to make it easier on people because a lot of people don't want to have to change their hook over. If they want to go to a wacky rig setup, they don't want to have to change their hook over to a new, smaller hook. And this way, if I use this as a wacky rig hook, and then I want to go ahead and throw a Texas rig worm on again, then I don't have to change my hook. I just change the worm.
That's why I have 30 rods, because one will have a Texas rig, one will have a Carolina rig, one will have a Nico rig.
Yeah, I mean, I have all the rods, but I just don't want to change them out.
Yep.
I don't want to. That's why I carry 18 of them on my boat. I don't want to. I don't want to have to change.
Buddy, my crankbaits, I have a crankbait rod. I have a glass rod for cranking.
Put that hook back in there. Ooh.
Yeah, I think we're good with that.
Man, I cannot wait to go throw me a wacky rig around, though.
Okay, he has cerebral palsy in his right ear. I'm sorry to hear that, Polar Bear, but you're making it work, buddy, so good for you.
Yeah, good job, buddy.
Yeah, you know how you rigged that worm, how you brought it up through? And
yeah, he does that with the...
I do my drop shots like that because it keeps that bait sticking straight out.
Yeah.
A lot of people go through the nose, like if you have your hook like this, like they'll go like this with their drop shot. They put it like this.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this thing goes like this. You're kind of screwed. So what I do is I'll go like that. I'll put it in through like this, so it keeps it sticking out that way. So it stays out there when it's floating in the air.
Yeah.
The water.
I don't ever use drop shot. I've tried it and I've never had any luck on it. But
yeah, I got drop shot rods.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but you got smallmouth bass, and smallmouth bass love drop shot.
Yeah, I'm taking Boxy and Geo outdoors out this year with freezer bond. We're gonna go do some. We're gonna come up and we're gonna go do some smallmouth.
I would love to take people out, but right now the boat's torn apart. So
every year, they're in different areas of the lake. And last year I found them really early, so I was on them all year, and they stayed in the same area all year. I found a shell bed with my electronics, and the shell bed had rock in it and some sporadic weeds, and they were in there all year.
Nice.
And when the wind was right, if the wind come out of the west and come across from my left to right, they were there. But if they came from right to left, they weren't there. It was crazy. We're going to try this white.
Well, what else can I help y'all with? Anything else? I know I don't do this on my channel, but Ted's making baits, and I feel like I need to do something.
Yeah, that's cool. Do whatever you like to do, buddy.
I mean, I'd like to do it on my channel, but sometimes when I try to do stuff like that, it just gets out of hand and then it goes off beat, you know?
Yeah, then I'll come with, why don't you just do a topic-based live one night? Just say, okay, we're talking about this. And then I can come on. I can either make baits or come on with you, and we can talk about even rigs, like how to set up rigs and do what you just did there on your channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That stuff, people are getting to more, like I said before, like King is helping people grow. So you're going to get a lot of new channels coming into there. So that people hook set them and everything. But there's also people out there that want to learn how to fish. So I'm trying to base my channel off of, see, you can't do it all. You have to have a niche, you know.
Right.
But at first, when I started out, I wanted to do this, but you can't do that. You find out what works and what don't. Like Sunfish King, that works for him. He gets all the newer, younger people in there. They want to grow their channel. They're not going to come into my bait making channel to grow their channel. So that's what I have, but I want to base it on top of it, like learn how to fish, how-tos, product reviews. That's what I'm basing my channel off of now.
Mine's just funny and off the wall. That's all it is.
But it'll eventually, you'll get what like one day you'll have a live with something, and like my bait thing, it worked out pretty good at first, but I get more and more people in every time, so I know that's my thing. You find your thing, and then you'll know to go with that. People want to see this. Okay, they don't want to, and they come into your live to hang out and have a good time. So that's a good thing, and that's what you could be known for too. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but
no, it's not. That's a good thing.
Yeah, if you want to base yourself off of something, what I'm saying is in a more serious sense of fishing and like kayak fishing or how to rig your kayak up, or how to do this, or how to do that, or how to rig your worms, or what hooks to use, what you use. You know, like you could base yourself off of everybody says use a wacky hook for a wacky rig. Well, Modog don't do that, so here's why. And then you can go off of doing something like that to help the people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a lot of different things you can do. I think, like just for me seeing what you're doing now, and like right now, that's a great segment in the live or a video, you know. So make it work, you know, for you.
Polar Bear says he enjoys watching the bait making and tackle talk. Well, then you don't want to come to Modogs, because Modog doesn't have any of that. He's just crazy. It goes from fishing to Miss Modog taking over the lives, and no, my lives are actually pretty fun. They're pretty fun.
Yeah, they are fun.
And occasionally I get in there and I show you how to tie knots and this and that. And
But if you one thing like during every live you're doing, even though it's fun and everything, pick a part of the live to say, okay, guys, I'm going to explain the Nico rig, or I'm going to explain how to rig a wacky style, or I'm going to rig how to weedless. And then you just take a half an hour to an hour of doing that, and people in the chat interact. You get more interactions, and people are learning something. They'll come into your live to hang out and have fun and maybe learn something. That's all. Yeah. So just think of that stuff. That's what I'm going to try to do anyway. I don't know.
I mean, I don't either. I know I went from not having any subscribers to getting to my 100, and then after I hit 100, it was like 200 came super quick. And now, you know, I'm up to 216 or something like that, and eventually it'll blow up again, and I'll get to 300. And
yep, it'll go slow at times, and then pick up.
I'm just not worried about it. Eventually, it'll get there. I came in at the end of everybody wanting to do YouTube, or else, you know, if I would have started earlier, it probably would have already been there. But because, you know, when everybody was locked down, all they had was YouTube and TV. So
that's when I got operated on my foot. That's when I started thinking about doing YouTube, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do YouTube. And I wanted to do it from watching deer meat for dinner.
Yeah. I wanted to do mine because of Sunfish King. He's the one who got me started, and love that guy. Oh, he's in here. Never mind.
I'd like to know how Sunfish King said something today about like when people were doing giveaways and stuff, and I seen Parabellum do that. It's a hashtag. When you hashtag it, there's some kind of a thing online or something where you can do the hashtags in your videos, but you can do a giveaway off the comments of people hashtagging.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, because I'm not that gifted to learn how to do all that. So I don't know. I'll just do the old number trick like I always do.
Well, thank you very much, Polar Bear. I appreciate it. I know you've been in there once or twice. That's awesome. That's awesome. I try to spread myself around and get to other people's channels, and I try to watch in the background of people's lives, and except for like Sunfish and Ted here, I make myself known in their lobbies. But a lot of other people, I'm just in the background. I like to go in there and support, and if they need anything, then I try to help. A lot of people don't need help.
It was cool. What I have too, Modog, but you don't hunt or anything, so I can reach out to in seasons. That's why I do a little bit of everything. So I like to ride the quads. I have the boat, so I do seasons: hunting season, turkey season. I can do trout now in April, and then May is when I open up my place. So I do bass fishing and muskie fishing. So I have a wide variety of stuff that I could hit as I'm doing it the time of the year. If you're just basing yourself off of fishing, you got to just focus on you know what I mean, and do that. So it's hard for some people that are just doing one thing. That's why I wanted to do my family thing, because I'm always with them and we always do crazy stuff like sled riding, going to trampoline parks, going hiking, going camping. So I added that into my channel too.
All right. Well, could you imagine how many people, if I just put cameras up in my house and videotape the kids and me all day long? They're calmed down when they're on here doing this. And when you hear them in here, that's calm.
People do that, and they get tons of. I mean, I've seen people do sleep sessions where they fall asleep but have their camera on while they're sleeping, and people watch people sleep. To me, that's just like crazy, but people do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll figure something out, and I'll eventually get there. And if I don't, I'm gonna have fun trying anyway.
Oh yeah. And it was all you, and that's your accomplishment. That's what's cool about it. Like, you know, these bigger channels will go out there and then they'll hire somebody to answer people back. Right. That's not my channel then anymore. That's somebody else's answering back, and it's not me. So I would never do that. I don't think. But I'm never at 20,000 subscribers either. I don't
think. Right? Could you imagine trying to keep track of your chat in here if you had 20,000 people?
And some people quit doing lives when they get that big. Like, you don't see them big channels doing lives anymore.
That's true.
Because they can't handle it anymore. Like, can you imagine me doing that with bait making and 20,000 people on here? No, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah. No, that's why they do a lot of videos and stuff like that. And
that's all they do.
Premieres and stuff like that.
The views, and they're getting the watch time by their videos because they have so many people. But like us starting out and stuff, you got to get, like me, for instance. I don't have the watch time. I got the subscribers, but I don't have the watch time right now. It'll come. ET, travel freely off the hook. Do you fish cooking? Do you do fish cooking? I just did a cooking. My daughter just cooked Flounder on my channel. So yes, we do.
From Asia. ET travel freely is from Asia.
Yeah, we just we add whatever we can. We cook other things too, like can cookers, and my daughter likes to bake and stuff, so she wanted me to do a cooking channel. So I did a cooking series on my live. She wanted to cook the flounder. We caught it the ocean. Believe it or not, we fish, but a lot of my people in my family don't eat fish. They don't eat deer meat, but me and my daughter are the only ones that eat deer meat.
Yeah, I don't eat fish.
Yeah.
I mean, I eat fish. Don't get me wrong, but I don't eat fish that I catch.
Yes, exactly. Same with me. We don't.
I mean, there's something about me going out, and this is what I enjoy doing, and I'm not going to go out. I don't know. Maybe it's the wrong way of looking at it, but if I want to go out and fish in this pond and I take fish out of it, I know that the next time I go out, I'm not going to be able to catch that fish. So I don't take fish from where I fish.
Okay, so there is the white and the purple with the silver.
Oh, that's nice. So it's purple flake and silver in it?
Yeah, that's what he wants.
Nice.
So we gave him the purple and the silver. That's what he wants.
Now, like if I was out in the ocean and I was fishing, and because that's the ocean.
Yeah, and that's where you're getting the fish anyway for your eating.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely do that. But if I'm at my lake or my ponds, I mean lakes, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say that it's bad. It's not bad to keep them. They're food. That's why, people use them. I use them for sport. If I'm out there and somebody's catching 4-pound bass and they're taking them home, to me, that's wrong.
Yeah. You know what I can't stand is muskie fishing, and people are keeping 42-inch muskies and stuff. I'm like, ugh.
Oh, that thing took so long to get to that point.
Yeah, I mean, a 50-inch muskie is like a 30-year-old fish.
I mean, dang, right?
And you're just taking them and then I saw a guy with muskie on the stringer, and he's dragging them on the ground as he's walking to his car. And I'm like, dude, that's so disrespectful to that fish, man. I was like, and that to me is not a sportsman. That's just a goof in my eyes. That's how I look at that. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I have my different ways. Like, yeah, people take perch and take, catfish and eat them, and I don't care about that. But if I see somebody taking a bass, I guess that's because that's what I target all the time is bass. So
trout, they like stock trout. I mean, people eat them all the time. People watch people sleep. Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Weird. They watch.
I wouldn't believe you if you told me that. I wouldn't believe you, but I've seen it. And I watched it because I was like, what the heck is going on? But it's a sleeping video, and the person's sleeping and you're watching them sleep. I couldn't do that because I'd be snoring and probably talking and swearing in my sleep. So I wouldn't, I'd be afraid to do that.
I think they should have slot limits on every lake. Like every lake in the United States, I think should have a slot limit.
They do that in New York, and they're fishing. They don't do it in PA, but they do it in New York. And man, do you catch some big
giants? I mean, yeah, keep the bass that are this size and up to this size, and leave these sizes alone.
Leave the breeder sizes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's the
keep the babies, but then from I think it's 14 inches, and then to I don't know how big the slot limit is at Lake Fork, but them fish over there grow like they
have 15 to 18 inch slot limit in New York, so it's 15 to 18. You can keep them, and then they leave the 12, 15s and unders for
growing,
awning and stuff, and then they leave the bigger ones in there because the bigger ones make all those little ones and keep them away. So the bigger ones can defend their beds better than the little ones. So that's why they want bigger ones and they want little ones. The little ones are up and coming. The big ones have been there, done that type deal.
Right. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad somebody sent you over to Ted's channel, and that's awesome that you came in and actually checked it out. A lot of people hear of other people's channels and they just say, okay, well,
Who was that?
E.T. Travel Freely said Bobby and Jay introduced me to your channel.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, there's a couple people coming over from like Fishing Time Let's Go. Got a couple people to come over to my channel. That was pretty cool.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll get there. I'm not complaining about it. I enjoy doing what I do. Well, except for the editing. Today the last video on today is just kicking my butt. But
yeah,
I just don't know. I just don't get it. I guess it's just the computer. There's not enough space for me to do what I need to do, and I try to do the bigger SD card so that then I can put whatever video I have on here, I can put over to the SD card and let it sit there and then do what I need to do and put it back. But then for some reason I'm ruining SD cards that way. So
is Crystal there with you right now?
What's that?
Is Crystal there with you right now?
Yeah. Oh, she's sleeping.
Okay. I was going to say, because when she's up, I'll say, Modog, and you don't need a rod. I'll just give her the hint. I'll say, you just need a MacBook Pro.
Oh, no, she's buying me a computer. She said she doesn't even care how much it is. It's a gaming computer, and as soon as we get our taxes back, that's the first thing she's buying because she's tired of hearing me cuss and swear over here.
Got a gaming computer, you'll have all the space you need.
Yeah, and Polar Bear, that's okay. I'm not talking. Listen, I know it sounds wrong for Modog to say things like that, but it just bugs. It's just me. It's not anybody in particular. It's just me because I target. I'm a bass fisherman and I target bass. And if the people on the place that I go fishing keep the bass, I don't have a chance to catch those bass, and it pisses me off.
Yep, I get you.
And there's been a couple times where I've been out fishing and I've seen these people catch 3 and 4 pound bass and they take them home, and it makes me so mad.
See,
but I don't have. I mean, it's just me. I don't have a problem with people keeping fish. That's whatever. It's great. It's just the fact that they're the big ones. Unless you're taking a 9 or 10 pound bass and you're taking it to go get it taxidermied and all that and stuck on your wall because that's your personal best and you're never going to catch another one that big again. Mm-hmm. There you go.
I'll get a replica made before I kill anything, really. That's me. Like a muskie. If I get a 50-inch muskie, it's going on my wall, but I'm not going to kill it. I'll take all the measurements I need to take and take pictures of the color, and I'll get a replica made. That's just the way I would do it.
There you go.
But I hate tournaments that I fish, bass tournaments. Like June 12th, I'll be in that big tournament, and people bring fish in, and you get penalized for dead fish, and they throw all the fish in a pile that are dead, and I can't stand watching that. But luckily, the fish commission from there for PA will have people come down and take the fish that eat them. So that's a good thing, but I hate looking at that pile get big. I hate that.
I hate watching fish die in people's live wells because they don't know how to take care of the live well.
Exactly. It's like put your stuff in the live well, keep it aerated. If you need to, go buy an aerator and put it in with it. People don't give a shit about that. Excuse my language.
Go buy Stable. Stable keeps your fish alive in your live well.
That is hydrogen peroxide.
Yeah.
pour a bottle of hydrogen peroxide in your live well, and that keeps.
I just watched a tournament the other day, and this guy caught a 3.5 pound bass, and because he hooked it in its tongue and it was bleeding super bad, and he thought that if he put it in his well all day, even though he put stabilizer in there, it would probably die. He put it back in the water.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I mean,
yeah,
I don't like if I go to I personally have never killed a bass. I've never gone to a pond and seen somebody's dead bass in it. So everybody must be doing what they're supposed to be doing around here.
Yeah. Well, when we're smallmouth fishing at Erie and you're catching a fish in 40 foot of water.
Yeah, you got to burp them.
You got to burp them. And we have needles for that. And we put them in the side of them, and you got to know where to do that. You'll kill them.
Yeah, we got to put it in their air bladder.
So I've watched people that don't know what they're doing to try to burp them, and they kill all their fish in their live well because they don't know where to stick the needle.
Right. But I'm done. I'm just irritated at my video right now, people. It's not anything, and I just got to find little things to complain about. That's MoDog.
Well,
I don't complain about much except for.
Taxes are coming soon, though, buddy, and you'll have everything you need, and you have that gaming computer. Like I went to the store and I asked some people, "What are you doing, Ted?" Still holding on. Yeah,
you're still making baits for.
Making baits. I'm making white, purple, and silver for Trey for gripping and ripping.
Trey, I couldn't remember his name, and I wasn't going to screw another one up.
Yeah, Trey. But I went down to the store and I was asking people, and they're like, "Yeah," and they have sections that says gaming and video creators, and then they have business, and they have this. So I went to the creators thing, and it was like Gateway and Dells and stuff like that. And he's like, "Yeah, here, but if you buy this one here, you still got to get an external drive because it don't have enough one." I'm like, "Well, why would they consider that a gaming?" Well, it is, but it has all the features to do that. And I was like, "Well, that don't help me none. I don't want the external drive." He said, "Then you need like 16 gigs of RAM and 8 gigs of this and that." So I didn't even know the numbers. I didn't even pay
to make them faster, and so they download speeds are faster. And
He's
stuff
like
that.
A processor of 8.4 or higher. I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, but when I'm ready to buy one, I'm going to come down. But I'm getting the MacBook Pro because that has everything, and I'm good to go with that, and it's compatible with everything that I have. Right. And I've seen the quality of like for live streaming off of just the computer, and it's second. I love it. So I'm going to get that. And like your gaming computer will be awesome. Like you're live right now, but your live now will be so much clearer, even though that you're clear now, it's going to look so much better and just improves the quality. And people notice that and they enjoy that more. You know what I mean? So your whole thing, you're going to have a step up whenever you get your computer. You're going to go to that next level automatically. What's that say?
They should have a time limit for fish for fishing so that the fish can have some time to breed.
Well, they do sort of like we're not allowed to do any in PA. We're not allowed to have any tournaments during the spawning season. They don't
really?
Tournaments on any lake. Now, that's the question in our lakes. Or people are getting mad because you're allowed to fish for bass during spawn. So you're taking them off the bed, put them. I've had personal where I put them right back in. I've watched them go right back to the bed, so I know it happens. But some people take them and then they keep them in their live well and take pictures later, and they take them off of their bed. Then all their eggs get eaten by the other fish, and that hurts the bass population. So I recommend if you are bed fishing, catch your fish, take your picture, and put them back in within like a couple seconds, a minute or two. Take your picture. Don't worry about keeping it and taking it back to your buddy to take a picture later on. You want to get that fish in the water as quickly as possible. That's what that's what I believe in.
This will be the first year that I'm actually going to go bed fishing. Of course, right now they're probably spawning and I'm not out there.
Dog too with bed fishing. Like, am I really hurting the population, or am I helping it, or am I just am I selfish because I'm doing it? Well, if you do it the right way, you're okay. If you don't do it the right way, don't fish because you're just going to hurt the bass population in your own. And that's like
pre-spawners. If you're catching pre-spawn bass that haven't laid eggs yet, they're always going to find a bed. It doesn't matter if they're on that bed or they're locked on that bed.
That's how they survive.
If you catch them and you take them, they're going to go find another bed. They're still going to lay their eggs.
Yeah.
Now, if you catch a spawning bass, which is super hard to do. A female spawner that's sitting there laying eggs.
Yeah.
Or they're super hard to catch. If you catch them and take them away, then yeah, you're definitely hurting the population.
Catch a female. You got to know the difference between a male and female. I mean, people don't even know that. So, like, you catch a male off a bed, it's definitely different than a female off the bed because the female needs to be there. But if the males are on the bed protecting the eggs that are already laid, and you take that male off the bed, you just ruined that bed for the you see all the bluegill run up in there and start eating the eggs right away while the male's off of there because the male's protecting it. All kinds of different situations you got to think about.
Dark Arrow said he's going to bed now, and if he pops back in, time him out so he'll stop coming in.
Well, I appreciate you coming in, bud. Thank you. I'm going to be, after this white is done, I'm going to be done here for the night myself.
Yeah, I'm going to get off of here and start doing my editing again so I can at least get a video out.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, thank you.
Usually I have one out by now, and then I talk about it tomorrow, but the rate I'm going.
Yeah, buddy. Well, do your thing, man. I'll look at it, and I'm going to look for the little hints in there now so I know I can win something.
Oh, I don't even know if I did one in this one. To tell you the truth. Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. There was one in there.
Did you?
Yep, sure did.
Yeah.
Not telling you where it is.
No, don't tell me.
It has something to do with my stinger hook.
All right. Look for that.
All right.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Have a good night, man.
All right, later. Later, everybody.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, I'm just making these white baits for Trey from Gripping and Ripping. He wanted purple and silver flake. So that's what I'm doing right now. And then once I get some of these poured, I'm going to hit the sack myself. But I appreciate everybody being in here. I'm going to be around for a while. So if you guys want to stick around, stick around. There's 5 people in the chat, and I appreciate that. Got the white and purple. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Just making baits, guys. Up late making baits. See what happens. Probably go for another 10 minutes or so, and I'm gonna probably end it. Thanks for letting me come on. No problem, O-Dog. You're always welcome here, buddy. Good luck editing tonight. I'm going to go up for probably about 10 more minutes or so. I'll run it for 2.5 hours, and then I'm probably going to be done. I might go longer. I don't know, but right now, that's what I'm planning on. Normally just passed with Kelly's worms. They have 3 holes in them already. Yeah, I know what I think I know what you're talking about. Sorry, I was quiet. I was just concentrating. Yeah, go follow Modog, ET. It's Modog, Fishing with Modog. If Modog's still in here, if he wants to share the link, I don't know if he can or not, but yeah, go check him out. He catches some nice fish. Yeah, the bait is very flexible. They bend and I put there's different. I have medium, soft, and hard plastic, and in this combination with these baits, I do about a 75% soft and 25% medium, just to give it a little more durability. Because if I went all soft, your baits would rip a lot easier. So I go with a little bit different, a little more durable plastic when I'm selling them. Now, when I fish with them, I go straight soft with myself, because if they break, I just throw them in a boat, and then I remelt them down. But when I'm selling the baits, I go with about a 75% soft to a 25% medium or hard, and that makes them a little more durable. So when you're buying them, you're not just ripping them, because then you got to buy more. Well, I want my baits to be durable, so I added different mixtures. But for my baits, or for my friends, they want them soft because you got more action, but they rip more. But they save all their baits that are ripped, and I just make more. So that's what I do. Hey, Fish Slayer Freshwater, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I'm just making white with purple and silver flake. That's what I'm making right now. And that's for Trey from Gripping and Ripping Fishing. There's the color right there. The purple and silver flake. Wow, is this hot? So I got the white with purple and silver flake is what he wanted. So that's what we're doing. But I'm going to let this run for a while. I got some people come back in, so I'll stay for a while. Dark Arrow's in here. Polar Bear's in here. Laugh out loud. Say I'm leaving. Stay in then, buddy. I could use the watch time too, but I appreciate all your support. I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm just going to run this white color out for Trey, and then I got to get him out to him tomorrow, because he's leaving April 3rd for his trip. So I did the purple flake and the silver flake and the white. So that's what he wanted, and that's what he got. So we'll run this color down and out. And then I'm going to also send him these watermelon with the blue and red flake. You can see the blue and red flake in there. So they'll be going to Trey also. And then I got to make up. I did a giveaway on Instagram, and Parabellum won it. And I got 2 baits in there right now filled up. I got to get 2 more colors. 1, 2. I need my beaver, my burrow bugs, my grass donkeys, and my off the hook grubs in here in 2 different colors. And I still need 2 different color pig sticks in there. So I got to make them up another day, and then I'll send them to him. And then Rich, the fishing musician, I got to make up him too. Who is that? Has anyone tried the Bass Finder boxes? I don't know what that is. I never heard of them. So, all right, Dark Arrow. Good night, bud. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, I never heard of them, King. So, yeah, check out the offer. If it sounds good, man, go for it. I'm still debating with that other sweepstakes company if we should try that. I got another email from her, and she said she looked at my channel and she liked the giveaways that I was doing, and I asked her about the lives, and she said she can do the lives for me. So I don't know, but I wanted to talk to you first about that, because I don't know, maybe I'll do it just to see. I don't know, but I don't know if it's a scam or not, so I'm sort of hesitant about that. So I don't know. I'd like to do that because it sounds like a good deal, but what doesn't sound good that's not a scam, right? I really think he's going to like these. White with the purple and silver flake. Oh, they're mystery boxes? Okay. That's cool. Yeah, man, go for it if you think it's a good deal, buddy. I just, like I said, I don't have time for all the thing, like the Runkle things and stuff like that. That's fine because that got like a multiple use for me where I could kill like 10 birds with one stone with that company. But I don't have time for all the mystery boxes and stuff like that. So I don't know. I do not know what I want to do with that. And I always wanted to target the bigger companies like the Abu Garcias and the St. Croix, but it's so hard to target companies like that. And that'll be out in a video that or in a live that I do or whatever about targeting companies and pro staff and all that good stuff. I'm going to have a live doing that. But yeah, I just don't know how much time I have because I don't want to commit to something and I can't fulfill it. So I just pick and choose like the stuff that I'm using, maybe get discounts on stuff that I'm using right now and that I use to fish all the time. And something will come along eventually that I like and I'll do. But I have hunting and fishing. So hunting, I look for a few, companies for that because I hunt too. So, I don't want to get overwhelmed with different companies. So. But yeah, I'm okay with doing my lives with my baits and maybe get a company like you said, like Runkle. But I'm not liking the reel that Joe did the thing on. That's definitely a pain in the butt. I'm hoping that was just one reel that had a problem because I'd go nuts if my brake wasn't working right. So I'm hoping that was just one issue with that reel that he had. But I think he's looking into it for me for that. But yeah, that kind of stinks that the reel didn't perform well. So, but if you can always flip with it and not use the brake too. So, but my problem is I'm fishing all the time and I fish hard and I put strain on and I've never had an issue. I had one reel, the gear stripped after 15 years of having the reel. And it was a musky reel that I used for bass. And it was that record series Abu Garcia. And it was unlike anything that the company actually called me back and said, pick anything from our line of reels. And I picked the Abu Garcia Beast, which I'll be doing a product review on that. Now, am I going to get anywhere with a product review? Probably not with the company, but I'm going to let you guys know how it is, and their customer service is top notch. And that keeps me with the company, definitely, because I've had companies and I know JV has had company. I ain't going to mention any companies, but he's had issues with people they're ghosting him and he's not getting any answers. So, but I mean, I'm out every weekend fishing. Sometimes we go away for weeks at a time. Week or 2 weeks at a time, and I'm fishing every day in the rain, whatever. I'm out fishing, so I put my gear through a lot of crap, and I don't have time for it to go wrong. So I don't want to be taking reels out that are breaking on me and stuff like that. And my Shimano's and Abu Garcias have been awesome. Yeah, I tried the other box for 6 months, but only used a few of the baits. Yeah, that's one thing with the mystery tackle boxes. Like, I'd rather just I like to go out and use the baits that I like to use. People that are starting out and things like that, yeah, why not do a mystery bait box? Because you actually, some people don't know what to use yet. So they get all them lures in the bait bind, in a box, mystery box. But a lot of the people that I've talked to that get the mystery boxes, they might use 1 or 2 baits out of them. So to me, that's a waste of money to me. But if I'm buying them 2 baits, it probably costs just as much for the box. Yeah, and ghosting people like that as a company, that's not a good thing. But I'm going to tell you right now, Pure Fishing from Abu Garcia, I hung up with the guy, and I thought I was out the reel. I couldn't use the reel. I was planning on going to buy another reel. And I always looked into the Revo winches and stuff, but then I saw the Beast reel. And when they told me, yeah, pick any reel you want out of our lineup, I was like, wow. So my reel was like $240 that I got. And now it's like $200. It's Bass Pro or something. I just looked it up the other day. But it's like a $200 reel. And they just sent me it for free because my other one, they didn't make the parts for it no more. And that wasn't me asking for it. That was them calling me back, telling me that they were sorry that they couldn't fix it and that I could buy another, I could do another reel and they would ship it to me for free. So I picked the Beast reel, and then in a week I had the reel at my door, and I took it to Florida to use, but we didn't even do that kind of fishing. I didn't do any frog fishing in Florida, so I didn't use it in Florida. So I'm anxious to use it. And I actually won on an Instagram giveaway Beyond Braid. So what I wanted to do was maybe switch up to Beyond Braid. Now I've used Power Pro for years and I've never had an issue. Well, I got Power Braid or Beyond Braid for free, so I wanted to try it. And I hear bad things from Beyond Braid, but I don't know. I never used it, but I have a brand new spool upper 50-pound test, which I like to use 65-pound Power Pro. So I already put Power Pro on my Beast reel. So I may try the 50-pound on like a jig rod or something, like a flipping rod with my Shimano SLX. So I might put that Beyond Braid on there for flipping just to see how it is. But I heard it breaks down easy and the UV light and everything hurts that line and you start getting breaks in it. So I'll probably use it for flipping because you put a lot of stress on it when you're yanking in that grass and stuff. So if it starts breaking in there, then I'm just going to stop using it. But yeah, the Power Pro 1565-pound is all I use. Now I used to use 20-pound braid with the fluorocarbon leader, but I find that to even be kind of stupid. I just went straight to fluorocarbon because why would I use braid with a fluorocarbon leader? What's the use of having the braid on it? So why would I pay for the braid and then pay for the fluorocarbon anyway to use a leader, which is it's only going to be as strong as your weakest point. So why do I want straight braid go into a leader where that's going to be the weakest point? So I just went with straight fluorocarbon. And you eliminate the problem. You eliminate the problem with the break and all that. Or, for the fluorocarbon to the braid, because it's tough to keep a good knot in fluorocarbon to braid. I use a nail knot and it works, but I just don't see no use of using braid when you have a fluorocarbon leader, because if it's going to break, it's going to break at the fluorocarbon anyway. The braid isn't going to break. So if you don't want to use braid, if the water's too clear, then just use your fluorocarbon. Just spool your line with fluorocarbon, or buy a reel with the extra spool and put braid on one of them and put fluorocarbon on the other and switch them out as you need it. That's what I like to do with mine because, like I said, I don't believe in braid the fluorocarbon, and I don't believe in braid straight to your lure when it's clear water either. That's why I go to fluorocarbon. And that's just the way I fish. And I'm not saying it's the right way. It's just my opinion and how I fish, and everybody has their opinion. So, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. It's just the way I like to do it, and it's in my head. And that's the way I fish. And I used a Sunline Assassin fluorocarbon. I used to use Maxima, which I would still use Maxima if nothing was available, and I saw Maxima. That would be my second choice, because I used Maxima line for fly fishing for leaders, and it was great. So I know Maxima is tried and true, and I think Sunfish King uses Maxima, but the Maxima is a great line also. But that would be one of my next things. I would like to get either like a rod and reel company to sponsor me, or a line company, because you always use line. And that's what I try to go for, is the companies that I use products with. So I would love to get Sunline, something from Sunline, or somebody from like Power Pro. But I don't think Power Pro gives you the time of day. They're too big of a company. I don't think I don't think they really give two craps about any YouTubers. I mean, some people might get lucky and they get it, the bigger YouTubers and stuff. But as a small YouTuber, I don't think that they really care about sponsoring anybody. But like the Sunline and stuff, there's a chance, you know, to get sponsored. But I use it all the time. That's why I want to go for them. And that'll be in one of my lives. Like, I think Sunfish King and I are going to do a live with for sponsorships and stuff like that coming up here. Probably after we get done with this giveaway and stuff like that. We're going to probably do some more lives like that. I'd like to do maybe 1 or 2 lives on my channel with him present on my channel. But I always enjoy going to his channel because he knows how to run his channel and how to run an interview really well. So I like and I enjoy getting on Sunfish King's live, but I just want to start doing that on my channel also, interviewing people and doing like a topic-based stream. So that's my goal for the future. So yeah, we'll talk about it. And like I said, it doesn't really matter to me, King. I like I said, you share screens and do all that crazy stuff on there that I can't do anyway. So I don't mind doing that. Like if I'm going to have to get StreamYard this month. I'm going to upgrade my StreamYard account. I'm going to upgrade it to like the $25 one or something like that. And I may ask for people to, like, if they want to donate for that for live streaming or something, like sort of like King did. But if I got to buy it anyway, if I'm going to be streaming on my boat and stuff like that, even if I don't use my GoPro, if I have to use StreamYard at times, I want to have that option to go stream anytime I want, because I'll go on my boat in the morning and be by myself and I can stream, or in the evening. So I'll do like a day of fishing and I'll be taking you guys out on my boat with me, basically, is what I'm going to sort of go after. And I'll fish the mornings and you'll see the bites in the mornings. You'll see the bite in the afternoon with the frog bites. And then you'll see me hunt or fishing the evening bites. So you guys will be on the boat with me fishing just like I'm doing all day. And I'll do probably 2 streams a day on my boat. Maybe sometimes 3. It depends how the frog bite is in the afternoon. If that's good, then you'll be on the boat with me all day. And you can come in whenever you want. If you want to see me fish in the morning, then that'll be there. If you want to see me fish the afternoon bites or whatever, it'll be a cool little segments where I have, you know, the morning, afternoon, and evening bites. So anybody that can come in at different times of the day to check out what's happening, you know, in the morning, afternoons, and the evening. So that'll be cool. And I gotta come up with a name for the stream and what I'll be doing, but that'll all come. I'll probably get some ideas. My daughter will probably name something, and I'll go with that name. But it'll be like an day on the water with off the hook or something like that. I don't know what I'm gonna call it yet, but that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, King, and that's why I'm glad I got the GoPro, that I can zoom in a little bit too for the frog bites, because when I was using my older GoPro, I can't, when I zoom in, it gets pixelated. But the newer one in the iPhone, that I can zoom in on the bite. So if my daughter is on the boat with me, then when I'm throwing a frog, I'm going to tell her, I'll have my GoPro on me and I'll have her with there'll be 3 cameras. There'll be my one GoPro on my windshield, get in the front of the boat with me on it, probably every 5 minutes, you know, doing that, or it'll be on voice command. I'll have the one on my head, and then I'll have somebody in the boat filming me also, or it'll be on a tripod. So I can get my view, I can get the lure view with the other camera, and then I'll get the boat view. So it'll be 3 different views. It'll be person view, probably boat view, and then lure view or something like that. I got to come up with something to call of it to make it interesting to get people into the lives. So, but there'll be 3 cameras on the boat this year, guys. And then I got my my wireless mic. I got that yesterday. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna test a lot first by myself, and then I'm gonna do a video on it of my setup, and then I'm gonna do a live stream and show you guys how it's working, because I'll do the live stream through my phone and I'll have my GoPro there working, and I want to go back up how far away it works, how clear it sounds, and then I'll set up the GoPro with the raw footage, with the raw sound, the raw audio and all that. I'll turn that raw audio up. I'll shut off the noise reduction system in the GoPro, and then I'll go on and like put the wind slayer on it, and I'll try it like that. I'll have the cordless mic on it, you know, the wireless mic, it'll be on it. I'll let you guys listen to how it sounds on the video and stuff, and then I'll take the mic off and we'll try it with just the GoPro with the wind slayer on, with the wind slayer off. So I have a couple different things that I'm going to do in the future here. Then I got to do the Runkle, the bag, the Runkle bag. I'm still debating on if my kids are going to fight over it. I might have to buy one. So they have the Runkle, the cliffhanger or whatever, cliff rusher. I'll be doing a review on that bag. Yeah, I need like 1,300 for my watch hours. But yeah, I'll do the Runkle review coming up. And then I also have 2 Plano tackle boxes. They're backpacks also that I want to do for Plano, because I would love to get sponsored by Plano, because that's where I get all my boxes and stuff from. So I'm going after like Plano and a little bit bigger companies like that, so I can have some, so it benefits me, you know what I mean? And we'll see how that works out. But yeah, I got my kids Plano backpacks. I mean, they were expensive. They were like $100 and some bucks. And I got them both one. And they had them last year, but they never took them out of the box. So this year they're going to use them. Or I told them they're going for giveaways. So yeah, but that's the companies I'm shooting for. Like they tell you to stay local and stuff, but there ain't really nothing around here to go local with. So, and I just, like I said, I'm going with the companies that I use. So like Plano, Shimano, Abu Garcia, St. Croix rods. You know, I post and stuff with all them in and tag them on that stuff. And I get answers from St. Croix and from the Abu Garcia and stuff, but I don't know if that'll ever happen. So that's why I went with the Runkle thing, because it's affordable for all the subscribers. So that's why I went with a company like that, to try to build something with them and see how it works out. So we'll see. But yeah, it's all working out pretty good. And like you said, you got to have time for everything. And I don't want to have a real big commitment right now, because I have the kids and stuff like that. So who knows? We'll see what happens, where it goes. But I'm having fun doing it. And I can't wait here. Turkey season's coming up. So I'll be shooting some turkey videos. Trout season's this Saturday starts here. I don't think I'm going to get out this Saturday, because I have a rental apartment. I rent apartments out and stuff like that. So I have rentals. So I got tomorrow we're going to get the furniture. I got to store it here for a couple days. Then Saturday we're taking it to the house and putting the furniture in and taking old furniture out. So I'm busy this weekend. So maybe Sunday I could get the kids out and we go to the park and fish. But it might be too packed also. So I might wait a week or so before we go to shoot a video. Runkle's okay. I'll talk about him with you later. Yeah, that'll work. Yep. Yeah, and then I use putty for the fishing. You know, I use the chunky cheese and I use the power bait, which I call putty. Well, my buddies and all that, we've always called it putty. So we use the putty, and I'll do that. Like the corn and stuff, we're not allowed to use corn in PA because it kills the fish, because they don't digest it. So we're not allowed to use corn. I do see people out in the water, though, and they're taking cans of corn and they're throwing corn out to chum for the trout. and then they go with like a power bait, corn flavored. But we're not allowed to use corn here. So, but I have a cheese recipe, a Velveeta cheese recipe that I might introduce to you guys when I do trout fishing. I might make it first. I'll do like a video on me making it. My uncle got it years ago when I was little. I think I was 10 years old. We used to go out to North Park, and there was a guy fishing next to us, and he started talking to him, and he got his recipe off him. And they share recipes, and he makes Velveeta cheese. I mean, there's garlic salt, onion salt. There's cracked red pepper in it. There's, I think, anise, something else, and cheese, and you mix it up and melt it down, and you put it in a Tupperware, and you cut squares, and you put that on. So, but yeah, even that putty is probably bad, but it breaks down though. Corn don't break down, so I guess that's why they do that. All right, Sunfish. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for coming in. We're about going to be done here soon anyway. A little bit longer. I'm just going to make a couple more baits here, and then I'll probably call it the night. But I'm just still making the old white with the purple and silver. Just keep making them. I'm gonna have to move this to here or something. So I'm gonna have to lay some more baits down here. Good night, Sunfish. Thanks for sticking around, Polar Bear. I appreciate that, man. A lot. Means a lot to me and my channel. You just stick around. I appreciate it. Thanks, King. I appreciate that. It's getting late out, guys. Have to get to bed soon here. Keep shooting these baits out till they're gone. Thanks, Polar Bear. I appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, it was just a pop-up. It was late. It's a late one, but I have to, I don't have to, but I was making baits anyway. So when I'm down here, I figured if I'm making baits and I'm already down here, it's easy to do a stream from down here. So I wanted to do it just to get some watch hours and things. Plus, I like to show you guys what I make and stuff like that. Plus, to be honest with you, it helps me get my baits out there so people will buy them. You know what I mean? Like I said, I take donations and things for the channel. But, I just want people to buy the baits because I just spend that money and it goes right back into the bait making so I can do all the giveaways and stuff. And, it's tough to be giving away baits all the time without making anything to replenish it, So, I mean, this stuff is like hundreds of dollars. Like this gallons of the gallons of the plastic are like, I remember I was paying $28 and I started paying $32. Now I'm paying almost $39 for a gallon of plastic. So it helps when people do donate and they do buy the baits because, like I said, it all goes right back into it, you know. So, and I guess once I get my monetization and all that stuff, that the super chats and super stickers, where it's real easy for people to donate and stuff instead of going through my PayPal and stuff. I guess I can make a couple bucks doing that way. You know what I mean? So I'm just waiting for all that to happen. But right now, it's nice when people donate to the channel and help me out. And I get to buy more materials and stuff like that. So that's all. Fishing time, let's go. Still in here. Thanks, buddy, for staying in here. Appreciate that. A couple more baits to make, I think. Thing is, you just gotta let it sit for a while. Then I do not reading. Don't blame me for reading melting plastic. Don't blame me for reading melting plastic. Yeah, and that can be hot, boy. Let that cool off. Not ready. Yeah, don't blame me for for not reading. I'll get you. Remelting plastic. Yeah, like I said, I remelt the stuff that I used. You know, once it gets too beat up and stuff, you can't remelt it down if it's dirty and stuff like that. So what I do is I'll take them and I'll clean them, and then I put them in my pile. And you got to keep all the colors separated, obviously, unless you just want to make them mud brown or a black. That's what all the colors make when you put them all together anyway. But then you have all your different glitters too, so you got to try to separate colors. That's why multiple glitter baits are cool, but when you're remelting them, then it's like, well, you got to make sure you use that same color. You know, like my black and blue flake is my favorite bait, my favorite color. So I always have a pile of black and blue flakes sitting around somewhere. So give it another minute or so. And we'll probably shoot one more bait here. Cut these up. I mean, I still got some baits here that I can use. I mean, some plastic that I could use. And then you have these little plugs. What got me making baits was I always had an interest in doing it, but I never did. And then one day I just said I'm going to do it. And once I started doing it, it's like I'm addicted to it now. And I fish with all the baits that I use. So I was like, man, I'm going out. And I still buy baits too, don't get me wrong. I still buy the Senkos and stuff like that. But why not make the baits that you're using? And you can make any color you want. You can make any style you want if you get the mold, you know what I mean? So if something comes out that I want to fish and want to use, then I'll buy that mold. But now, since I'm making baits and I'm selling baits and it helps my channel and I'm trying to, keep doing this, I want to sell the baits. And I don't want to get real big. I'm just selling to people like on YouTube and stuff like that. Because when you get too big, it becomes another job. And I don't want it to be. I want it to be a hobby. But it's been growing a little bit, which is a good thing for me. But I like that hands-on, where I'm talking to a customer and try to make it bait. And one of my best rewards is when I make a bait or try to match a bait and it does match up perfect, and the person loves it. You know, that's a good feeling for me. So that's like a sense of accomplishment. So that's why I make them. I make them to make people happy, and I fish the baits that I use. So for money wise, I can reuse. If I take 3, I mean, I always have a box like this on my boat, and most of my baits are in there. And if I see people fishing and stuff, I'll throw them packs of baits just to get my name out there and just give it to the kids. I love giving to the kids, and I love just giving to people in general. So if I'm out there and the kids on the shoreline or something, I'll go up to them and give them a pack of baits. And yeah, but I fish all the baits. I use this bait right here. You know what I mean? I use this. I use this all the time. I use this all the time. So I'm using the stuff that I make. Now, I don't use all the colors that people buy off me, but I use the baits, and my stick baits are my most popular, so that's what I do. I use them, and that's why I have 2 molds of those, but I got to get more molds. I just got to, people are requesting different things, so I'm trying to match the request, like the crappie baits and the ice fishing baits. I got to get some molds for those, so I could sell more baits, so I could do more giveaways. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing like the feeling of you catching a bass or a fish on the baits that you make. It's a great feeling. So, and just messing around. Like, I call this my bait lab, because it is like a lab to me, because I'm trying things out, and this is my little getaway. This is just where I like to go and think about what I like to do with fishing and make baits. That's just what I like to do. You know, my wife always says I have too many hobbies, because I, play hockey still. I go fishing, hunting, we boat, we camp, we do all kinds of stuff. So, but that's what I like to do, and that's why I do it. And that's why I started a YouTube channel too, because I do a lot of stuff. So. Yeah, you do. It's like a sense of pride whenever you, like you said, you catch fish on the baits that you make. It's pretty awesome. And what's nice is when you're making baits for other people and they're calling you up and they're saying, "Oh my God, I caught the biggest fish I ever caught on your baits," or they're making a video with my baits that they're using. That's pretty rewarding to me. So, and like I said, I like to give back to people, and I like to help people out. So it's right up my alley to do this. Yeah, just cranking them out, man. I'm trying to get Trey his good his baits. He wants to catch his PB. So as me as a video creator and all you guys, who wouldn't want their baits to be featured in a video where one of the good channels is up there catching bass on your baits and they're talking about your baits, so that's really cool. And like when I first started out to YouTube, when I come up with the idea, I'm like, nobody's making baits on YouTube, but they were doing it a lot on Instagram. So I was scared to go on Instagram at times because there's a lot of big bait makers on there. So then I just did it one night and I was like, okay. And I got like 20 people in there and I was like, oh, that's cool. I got 20 people. And I never brought it to YouTube. And then I started doing my channel and I didn't have my setup like I do now. I just had a little spot. And so I made the bait lab. I took this part of the house and I put my, everything out, the lights, my board and all that. I got all my stuff here, microwave and all that. And I just went on YouTube and did it. And I had like 30 people in my first live. And I'm like, wow. You know, and even Sunfish King was like, wow, you have more people in your live than I did in my first lives. And I was like, then I started thinking, wow, I'm onto something here. So then I started making them, and then people started asking me, do you sell them? And I'm like, yeah, why not? I just, yeah. So then I put some on my Facebook. I don't have a website because I didn't have the money to build a website with my baits. So I just figured Facebook, I'll announce them on Instagram and YouTube, and that's all I'll sell to. So if I get a ton of subscribe or hook sets, and I get so big and I start making baits and I can't handle it, then I got to do something else. You know what I mean? But right now it's great. You know, I get a couple orders here and there, and that's it. But I need to get more orders. And I don't want to sound like I'm begging for people, but I got to get donations to the channel, so I can keep doing this. And I got to get people to buy the baits so I can keep doing the bait giveaways. That's my big thing. Like, who doesn't like to come into the live, watch the guy making baits, and then you got a chance to make what he's making. You got a chance to win what he's making. And then, I sort of customized the live to like, okay, guys, what color you think I should make tonight? And then people in the chat say, oh, I want this color. I want this color. And then I just pick a color. And so it's interactive, and it's what people want. And then I make that color for them, and they want to win it. And they want to be involved with my live, and they want to come to the live. And I don't want it to be people come into my live just to win something and leave. I want people to hang out and talk and learn and ask questions, and I ask questions, so I'm learning in the same sense. It's all, it ain't just like me saying this is the way you got to do it and this is it. No, I want to learn just as much as you guys want to learn, and I do learn off of a lot of the people that come in here. And I think the family is great. I want you guys to come in every live I do. And when I first started the lives, that's what I had to do. I had to give baits away to try to get people in here. And, and people are coming in, and I'm going to still give baits away. So that's why I always ask for the donations or, buy some lures. You get it on your finger, it burns too. So always wear gloves. What's great, you are not afraid to make a different color or pattern. You go to the store, different brands, some colors. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little more customized when I'm doing it. You know what I mean? Like, if you want a bait, you can talk to me on the phone or whatever, or email me, and we could talk. And you build a relationship that way with the people. You get to know the people on YouTube. You get to know them, what they fish for, what they like to fish for, and then you make baits for them, and then you build that relationship. And like I said, you can customize everything. If you want something that nobody has, we can do it. You know what I mean? If you don't want nobody to know that color, I also do that too. Like, if you didn't want somebody to know the colors that you use, then you tell me you don't want to share them with the public, and I don't share them with the public. I keep them to myself, and I wouldn't do a live making your custom baits if you choose not to, show it. I would just do it off the live, so. But I think a big part was the giveaways, like the people with the giveaways. They want to come into my live and win something. Now, that can backfire on you too, because then you don't do giveaways, you don't get people in there. Well, it hasn't been that bad for me, because now people see that what I'm doing, and I try to be as real as possible with people. You know what I mean? I'm not lying to you or anything when I'm talking about fishing or hunting. I'm just telling you as is, and that's what it says in the description of my channel. I'm going to give you the honest truth. I'll tell you my opinion, and that's just the way it is. So I build that relationship where people come in and maybe they're not looking for a free base. They're just coming in to hang out and talk and do some stuff. So that's what I do. Like my area red and white works great here, Ron. Yeah, Polar Bear. And like I said, I can make you baits eventually if you wanted to talk about it. I do red, white. I can do a laminate. I could do a red body with a white tail. I mean, there's all kinds of different things with like these stick baits here. I can do like a red body, and then like the bottom inch of this would be white. The bottom inch would be a white tail. Like something like this, red. That's a red and black flake. That's a solid color, but I could do like red and black flake with like a chartreuse tail. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we could talk about to do. So, if you ever want to talk about making some baits for yourself, give me a call or email me, and we can talk about customizing your baits for you, man, and what you want to do. That's what the beauty of the bait making is. I could just about do any color. Like I said, here's all the colors here I got on my bench here. I got all the glitters. I got pearl powders, other colorants, glitters, stuff like that. I got salt. I got sinking additive. I got all kinds of stuff. So we can get something for you and get you catching fish. I mean, I'm sure you catch fish, but we can do something to help you catch more fish. Put it that way. And I think these will be the last ones I do, guys. For the night. Yeah, and some people are like it, but I've been in chats and I've been in live streams where that's all the people want. And I see people asking about it all the time and stuff. I haven't really had that in my chats or in my streams too much about people saying. I have had people, and they're mostly younger kids, which you want to bring the younger kids into the community too. It ain't like you don't want kids in it. But the younger kids are the ones that are usually saying, hey, when are you doing this? When are you doing that? When are you doing a giveaway? What are you giving away? It's like, well, stick around and see, and it sort of builds them and teaches them too. It ain't all about that. So that's just my opinion anyway. You know what I mean? I got to try to figure this. I got so many baits out on this table right now. It's not even funny. I probably got 70 baits out here. Here we go. We'll put that in there. All right. Like that. Got this coming up here. Yeah, and that's like Modog fishes it his way. I don't some people, it works for some people than others, but I found that big hook in a wacky rig it deters fish more than it helps. That's just my way. That's just my thing. I was doing a wacky rig way before the wacky rig got popular. We used to use metal rings, split rings, with our baits before the O-rings even came out. We were trying that. Actually, it was my brother-in-law was come up with it, and he said he saw it somewhere, and we did it, and it worked. And I was like, man, and we were killing fish, and I was doing good in tournaments with them. Like, I don't fish professional tournaments. I used to fish for the Yawk River Bass Association, but I don't fish for I'm not real high-end fishing tournaments, but I get into local tournaments a lot. And we were doing good. And we used to go to Wednesday tournaments during the weekday, and I'd go to work, and I'd leave work. I'd take my boat to work, and we'd meet out there, and we'd go fish, and I'd win tournaments. We'd win buddy tournaments doing that, and it was really fun. I mean, it wasn't like a ton of money. It was $100, $150. You'd win every Wednesday, or if you placed, you won 50 or your money back. So it was just fun. I liked the competition. But then when I had kids and stuff, I couldn't do that because you dedicate your time to that, and we'd go out and pre-fish and stuff like that. But when I had kids, I couldn't do that. So what I was doing is I was weaning my kids into fishing and stuff. So now when they get older, they could be my partner in fishing and stuff like that. And I can go with my kids. Like my daughter will go out and be my partner, or my son, or whatever, or they can go and do their own thing if they want. So that was my whole goal with that. So, but I love fishing. I love hunting. I love the outdoors. And basically that's why I started a YouTube channel, because I do all that stuff already. So putting it on my YouTube channel is just me showing you guys what I actually do in real life. It ain't like I'm putting on a show. I'm doing anything different. I mean, I go quad riding all the time. We go camping all the time. We cook out. We cook here. I love to cook myself. I was going to school to be a chef, but I didn't want to do it because it took too much time and I had to work on the weekends. And that was me. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a chef and all that. Then I went to school and I got my degree in carpentry and technical construction. So I started building homes for a while. Then I got laid off doing that. And then I went to a school district as a maintenance technician, and that's where I'm at. And I love my job. And the only thing I don't like is I'm the low man on the pool. And I got to work the 3 to 11 shift for now until somebody retires. But once that happens, and when I get the daylight shift, like I go to daylight in the summertime, which is cool when the kids are out of school. But yeah, that's just my lifestyle right now. So, but yeah, guys, I guess I'm going to end this stream. Hey, Carpin, thanks for coming in, bud. But I think I'm going to end this. I've been going for like 3 hours. It's time for me to go to bed, bud. So it's probably daytime over your way, but me, it's like 3 a.m. So I'm going to get to bed because I got to get up. But I thank everybody for coming in. Please check out the channel. Share my channel out. Hit that like button. Go into the stream after it posts and maybe make a comment. Let me know how I did. Let me know what you would like to see in future ones. Check out my affiliate links. Check out Eternal Anglers. Use my code OffTheHook10 for all the great gear there. My affiliate links, all my gear and stuff that I use is in there. So go there, check it out. Even just browse through. If you want to buy something other than the stuff I have there, just use my link to go through, and I get a partial credit for that. I get a little bit of commission off of that. That helps the channel also. Go to Fishaholic Glasses. They're in my affiliate links, and they have a YouTube channel. So, yeah. So just check me out. Make comments. Hit that like button. Share me out. And I'm going to end this live now. I thank everybody for coming in. And we will see ya.